I've just been hiding the token on the map, so it's invisible to players.
Right.
And then when it comes to mirror image, when it comes to mirror, well, yeah, when the illusion spell says you need to make a smarts check to determine what's an illusion and what isn't. So what I've been doing for mirror image is what I've been saying basically is if they pass the smarts check that's for the illusion, they are able to discern which one of the multiple images that exist is the real target, and therefore they've got to make they've got to make a smarts check to successfully hit the NPC. And if they don't make the smarts check, their attack hits one of the illusions and has no effect, is how I've been doing it.
And kills the illusion though, right?
Well, this is the thing. I know that's how mirror image works, but I've been evil and not been doing it that way.
Oh, okay. So if you put the illusion, so you're not barfing extra tokens on the board. You're just saying, okay, he's got the illusion. There's an illusion there, or maybe you're not even.
Oh, I see. Well, it depends because sometimes it says they cast mirror image and they'll do that. If it says they cast an illusion, then yeah, it's a real pain in the bum. What you end up having, well, I've ended up having to do is I literally pop a second token on there, and then you've just got to.
So you are barfing extra tokens on there. Okay.
If someone's doing, well, it depends because sometimes they do an illusion. It says they cast mirror image, and other times it says they'll create an illusion of themselves, won't it? They create an illusion
with illusion, you barf another token, but with mirror image, you run it the same kind of way that we've done it with mirror image in 5e. Got it.
That's how I would do it. Yeah.
And then, so what do? Just put 2 tokens, even if one of them's invisible, like the illusions. Because like sometimes it says like the thing flies up in the air and spits out an illusion down on the ground.
Yeah. So what I would basically what I usually do then is what I've done in the past for that one is on the fly I've just created a new NPC, a blank NPC.
Got it.
Made sure his parry and toughness match the real NPC. Dragged the token from the NPC to the illusion NPC. Added the illusion NPC onto the combat tracker, and because and then obviously I've made the real NPC invisible to players on the map. And also hidden the real NPC from the combat tracker, as it were. And then you can either make the illusion a member of the actual NPC, or you keep him separate. And then basically, because in the combat tracker you can see the stats. When you see the NPC that doesn't have any stats, it's the illusion. It's a real pain in the bum, and it gets very complicated because obviously computers are literal. But other than that, it's fine. That's how I would do it.
Fair enough. That was okay. So I'm on the right track. I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right because
I'm not. As I say, it's none of that. I wouldn't say any of that is official or anything like that. It's just how I do it.
It's not AL either, right? So it's like it's up to us to make the things competitive and fun, right?
Yeah, because the reason I based my mirror image on just being a smarts check is because in the arcane conversions PDF they did actually create mirror image, but they just said, oh, you create multiple versions of yourself. That was literally all it said. It wasn't like the D20 version where you create a random number and every time someone hits one they kill the illusion if it's not you. But that's what I started trying out with, and then I just decided no, it's easier than that. The Fast and Furious ways. When you cast an illusion, there's a smarts check to determine if it's an illusion or not. You basically you attack and you make your smarts check. If you pass your smarts check, you hit him. If you fail your smarts check, you hit an illusion. And I think that was the easiest.
Right, and with the illusion, it's different because the illusion and invisible, the invisible one's invisible, and they're looking at the illusion, and they have to figure that part out first before they.
Yes, agreed. That's how I do it. Yeah,
got it. And okay, cool. So that's I was just wondering how you were.
The only other thing again, it's not written anywhere, and I think I started going through. Actually ended up going through Pathfinder SRDs and all that. If you if a player takes an action to cast Detect Magic, because there's no dice rolls to use Detect Magic, they will determine that something magical is over there. So if someone's invisible and using magic to cloak themselves with invisibility, they will detect a blob. And this was my interpretation of it. So the players can spend an action to detect magic, look around, go, he's over there. And then when they attack, because they can't see him, I'll target him. But of course, all the invisibility penalties still apply. If someone casts Detect Arcana, it specifically says it negates invisibility penalties. So they actually go, I can see through the invisibility. He's over there. And
right.
now I'll
And
target
so, and I've read like that it was sort of like a predator invisibility.
Yes.
And so like they could actually see him. So I've actually like, if it was just invisibility and there wasn't the illusion, I've left the token there because it's sort of like that disconnect between vision, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like if the global dark is there, right? They can see the
obviously nice
and it's the roll penalty that tags it, right?
You're obviously nicer than me. I've literally gone. Basically, I've ruled they need to use Detect Magic to determine where an something invisible may be.
Fair enough. I've always let them see it. I've left the token there, but the invisibility spell has been cast, sort of like a protection spell, right?
Yeah.
Where it's borking their rolls automatically, but they can see it because they can sense it, and like like a predator. Like if they know what they're looking for, they can see the glistening of the.
I must admit, I will make the token visible once if someone throws down a Detect Magic, I'll make the token visible because if one of the party goes Detect Magic, he's over there and points, then everyone's going to. I turn the token on so they can target him, but they're still getting the penalties. If someone does the Detect Arcana, then they can really see them.
And then essentially the effect comes off, right? The spell's pretty much.
But only for the person that's got Detect Arcana cast on them. Yes.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so then you would just modify that. I got it. Fair enough. Sorry, and I didn't mean to shut Jeff off. And if he's listening, that's fine. I mean, it's just one of those things where he's going to be seeing it more, sooner than later. So I figured I'd, give him the option.
I had it off for the bulk of the conversation. Only just came
no worries. I wasn't,
I got tired of waiting.
He kept asking questions.
No.
Can you repeat all that, please?
Kevin, I wasn't blaming Mac.
I am.
Kevin, I need you to say that all again from the start, please.
Mac, let's simplify this.
What was the middle bit?
Basically, what Doswelk is saying is follow the KISS rule from the GM side.
Fair enough. I got it.
Could somebody explain?
Clarifying. I appreciate it.
Could somebody please explain?
Yes.
Could someone please explain why we all had to hear that? Why didn't you ask us to mute you?
Most of us weren't here when we started this conversation.
What?
To be honest, actually,
I guess it's too early. Too early for humor.
I got it.
I got it as well.
Got what? I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's over your head.
I understood it because I play in Doswalk's game and he does.
Look at that. The game hasn't even started. I've already awarded you all bennies there.
Thanks very much.
Are we going to need it? Are we up against another Reckoner?
No, we're going to fight hobbits now. It's all against hobbits.
And I, the jackass that took extra time, right? I'm going to have to bolt because I got to go pick up my daughter.
I'll take his bennies away.
So I got to leave at like 8:30. So like 2.5 hours deep. So I'll try to keep up in the car, but I'm going to have to leave the game at that point. So sorry.
Oh, I remember where we were. We had just managed to seal the doors against that ship coming in to lift up and
yes, we had.
And
we had an advance.
ship, and the ship is still here.
Yeah, that's what I was working out right now as my advance.
I must have had mine auto filled in. I'm heroic now.
Well, I just took fleet-footed, especially.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
Holy crap, that took some running.
We can run now. None more waiting for these geezers at the back to shoot everything. By the time I get there, it's dead.
Well, I've kind of outpaced everybody last session anyway, but can't count on the dice rolls always make you doing so well.
Excuse me. Oof.
So what's next?
Dawes was saying he was drawing line of sight, so that doesn't bode well for
you hadn't done that already?
He might have if he hadn't got bogged down in the last part of Tomb of Horrors yesterday.
Did he kill any? Did he kill anyone in Tomb of Horrors yesterday?
He got stuck talking to me, so.
But Doswell has a hard time killing us off. No, we all actually managed to survive the tomb.
I'm gonna do that one and kill you all in the first room.
Well, I won't be signing up, so there's.
No, you might not die.
I've got a very weird problem today. Every time I talk, I can hear myself. It's driving me up the wall. Bear with me.
Are you listening to yourself on stream?
No.
Oh, you just got the feedback thing turned on. Okay. I've forgotten what it's called now. I haven't used it for so long.
Testing. No. Still doing. Where's that? Feedback thing.
Yeah, I've forgotten what it's called. I haven't used it for so long. Yeah. Monitor. Is it monitor? It's monitor when you monitor.
Possibly.
Yeah.
It could be, yeah. But I thought I turned it off and it still didn't work, so.
Yeah. But Windows probably updated and broke everything again.
Probably. Hurrah! That fixed it. Thank you. It was something to do with monitor, but turning it off didn't get rid of it. I actually had to delete the whole microphone and re-enable it. Okay. Where were we? So when we left it last, after answering all those questions, just as the bang on start up, you had successfully rushed all the way round the boulevard on Widowmaker, on the asteroid known as Widowmaker, shutting every airlock as you could go as you went. Desperate attempt to stop some ship landing, and you successfully did that and closed up everything, sealed everything up just in time, didn't you? I seem to recall. So well done!
Yeah.
Hurrah!
But the ship is still
we got
there.
awarded extra pennies for that, didn't we?
If they have spacesuits where they
get
can
an
float
advance.
outside the ship, they could still
Even
get
better.
out. So we have to deal with that as well.
Ooh,
Well,
better
there you
lock
go.
up.
That's the problem you're up to. So all it seems quiet at the moment, I believe.
There was Morgana Fontaine doing up by that door.
I got to the door first to seal it before they could get off the ship.
Okay.
Because they were connecting to the blah blah.
You
blah.
also killed all the pirates on the way, didn't you? And shut every door behind you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
hopefully they're not welded shut on the way back to rescue. So we got to go back. Are we going to have to fight the people on this spaceship, or are we going to have to go back to the prison?
That's a good question.
Roger managed to successfully close all the doors because he couldn't keep up with us. So.
Right, that's why Roger ended up so far behind everybody else, because all the doors are closed as far as I know.
Indeed. Where are we? So I'm desperately trying to find a map, wondering why I can't find it. And then I'm noticing the maps. Then I'm noticing the maps I'm looking for are called AT gun 2-pounder AP, AT gun 2-pounder HE, AT gun 37. No, wait, hang on, those are items.
Are you sure?
Those aren't maps. Widowmaker.
I hope they don't try to blow this door open.
Okay. Well, I must admit, actually, I did wonder that, but that isn't what happens according to this, so that's okay. If the space don't reach the landing pad in time to seal the airlock, the pirates pour into the corridors. Okay. I will point out, actually, at this point, what you can hear on the bearing in mind it's an airlock, you can hear thudding coming on the other side of the door.
Running.
thudding.
They're trying to beat their way through the door.
Budding?
There are flowers over there? You said it's budding?
I think he said bunting. It's bunting. Bunting.
You know, you could go off.
He's sewing trim onto it.
What
Okay.
their issue is here, Doswalk Morgana's the only one close enough to really hear what's going on.
You know, you could go off players very rapidly, you know.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think if I suddenly caused the Hal to close this door here and then Hal to open the airlock here, I think all my problems will just float away.
Hal's not in this universe.
You know, I said, what is this
That's
stuff
what you
here?
think, Dave.
Oh, damn.
Dawson,
It's
what is
just
that
rubbish.
stuff there?
It's actually just.
You were the voice of Hal, aren't you?
Don't know
Yes,
what you
Dave.
mean, Dave.
Would you like a pizza,
That's
Dave?
that's rubbish bag. Bags of rubbish, I should say.
Okay, but does it look like it's set up as a bunker, or just somebody was too lazy to carry out the trash all the way?
Oh, I did set it up. If you didn't get here in time, there was very much a case of setting stuff up for you to hide behind in cover. If what's on the other side of that door had come through that door, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
But Morgana blocked them.
It wasn't. It doesn't look like it was set up that way. It was just dumped there.
Morgana can hear the sounds of bunting on the other side of the door.
Now I'm
Could you
yelling
share
at
the
them.
map again?
They're trying to beat their way through, guys.
You only got to do is double click on your token on the combat tracker and it'll open up the map. But yeah, for future reference.
The token on the combat tracker. Okay.
Is there like sometimes on the airlock you'll see a vid panel to see what's going on the other side of the airlock, or is there a window there?
That's a very good. Yes, I think. Yes, I did. I forgot to draw one. I forgot to put one in, didn't I? That was a very good idea. I like that.
Because you don't want to just open it blindly.
Morgana's not opening it now. She just winded herself getting here to get it live. Who's going to back up here and go, if you guys are going to mess around anymore, I'm taking cover.
In fact, actually, we know there was, because obviously you had a situation where when the crew came aboard originally, they shot out the camera, didn't they?
Oh yes.
Yep, saw the footage of it. Yes. So yes, you can. I will say there is a vid screen that you can access to show you the landing bay if you so wish.
So what's out there?
Is there for adding powers for the new power thing? Do I have to take the new power edge and drop it first before I can drop powers in? Because I'm not.
I'm trying to get my edge in there.
You have to take the new powers edge, then list which ones you want, and then take your powers.
Got it. Okay, I thought I could just drop the powers and list it on the thing. I'll do that. Sorry.
You should be able to. I would have thought. But
you
talking about on the advanced tab? Shutting up.
So what's out there? I'm gonna look at the vid panel and just see what's out there.
I'm dropping my edge on my character sheet, and it's not taking the edge. I'm not really sure why it's.
Did we get an advancement last time?
The main page. No,
I
thought we got an advancement last week.
We did, and I didn't do anything with it.
We did, and I just got here early enough to where I could stank mine today.
So
now, on top of already being able to outrun all you guys, I'm now fleet-footed, so watch my
The easiest way to tell is to go to the advances tab and see if you populated them all. If you've got any blank ones, then you're probably missing advances.
There should be 12 now.
Stop winding everyone else up, Mister. I took the edge.
Sorry. Yeah, okay. There should be not 12. There should be. What is it? 9 for everyone else.
Should have 8.
Well, it's 12 for me too, so he's got it right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what edge were you trying to drop?
Common Bond. I dropped it on the advances page, but it doesn't have the link.
You've just typed.
I'm not sure what I do, but I can't get it to show up on edges. I typed it, but
you've got to do it as a planned advance, and then when you advance, it populates it. Otherwise, you've got to just drag it on the front like normal.
Well, I can't drag it because it won't show up.
Well, I tell you why, right? You can't drag it because you've got a text entry that probably matches, so it probably stop. I wouldn't surprise me if that's what's breaking it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just speculating. Oh no, I take it back.
Did you take uncommon bond or did you take common bond?
What the heck is going on here? I'm dropping the edges on, and then they're not showing up as edges. I've never seen that before.
You broke.
You know what I mean? The links aren't working. Okay, so the easiest thing to say here then is, let's look at this.
Acrobat, I just dragged an edge onto my character and it works.
Yeah, and it worked when I dropped fleet-footed on. I dropped fleet-footed onto the main page first before I went in.
Yeah, something's gone really funky with Linda's character sheet. Okay, I don't know what. I've never seen that before.
And it worked fine for me once I did it.
It's downgraded to 5th level. Okay, Destiny's Child's there, so that's okay. So then we'll advance it to 6th. Okay. Now we'll then go and take PowerPoints off there. Then we'll go to the Advances tab. Now, Common Bonds there. Then obviously it looks like you wanted to take PowerPoints for 7th. And then what did you want to put on as your 8th? Oh, hang on. Sorry, that's my mistake. We shouldn't put them there. We should go planned advances for. Now, when the planned is the number just the order they're going to be applied, or is it meant to be advanced number 6, 7, and 8? If that makes sense.
No, you go whatever's the top of the list goes to the next advance. Planned advances, yeah.
So we're going to put common bond there.
I didn't plan for PowerPoints. That was just random information somewhere.
Okay, you must have taken it in the past. That's okay. So let's see what happens when we do that. I'm not sure. And then move to advances. That gives you common bond.
There we go. That worked.
That worked. Okay, so the actual trait here doesn't matter, so we can leave that on 8. So all you need to do, is put them in planned advances. So what I did was just so you know, I'm going to add a 7th one in. So when you're looking at your advanced tab, you see you've got that little green button and the brown edit list icon.
Yep.
If you click the edit list icon, what you would do is, because you hadn't got the planned advances in and it's added the advance, what you do is you're going to click that little red delete item on next to on the right hand side of the 7th advance, if that makes sense. So if you click on that should delete the 7th advance. Go for it. Just want to make sure if it works.
Okay, deleting. Yeah, just give me a moment.
Sorry, let's go.
There we go.
Brilliant.
That should be deleted then.
So basically, so that's deleted it. So now what you do is, because you're technically allowed to have 8 advances and you've only got 6, you put your next 2 advances in, and then can you see those little blue arrows that are next to the advance? That you click on that and it moves it to the advance, and then it does all the advancing for you. Now, obviously, I think the reason you could just drag and drop, or what issue you're having, I think that's the limitation of using the advanced extension, if that makes sense. But it's nice. People like to be able to plan it, so it's there. But now we know how to do it on the fly if it doesn't work.
Okay. And you're saying Linda has several advances that she hasn't taken?
Yeah, she's got 2 more to take, which is why I left you with 2 planned advances.
Okay. Thank you. I'll work on that later then.
Is fly on the breaker power list? Can't access the arcane background. Can't you access the arcane background, we ask ourselves?
Because it's in the Marshall guide that I guess I don't have access to. I ran into this too. Like when I followed your lead with when I did the stuff, you got to do you got to do for the links to all work. You got to do it like in the player guide, like the arcane background.
Yeah, no, but it should be, because the arcane.
The arcane Marshall guide. It said the Marshall guide. Wouldn't load.
It shouldn't be there, because if you go under new edges, arcane background breaker is in.
Yeah, I looked. I tried to click the link and it wouldn't let me open the module. It says the module's not able to be loaded.
It's
No
really
big deal.
weird. I tell you
I
what,
was
the links don't.
asking.
Basically, I'm dragging edges onto players' characters, and the link icon's not appearing. It's adding it, but it's not adding the link.
Like, you know what I mean? Like when I click the box to see, there we go. You just pushed it.
Yeah, but that point is that's in the player guide.
Yeah, I know, but apparently on my this is what I'm saying. So for whatever reason on my character sheet, it's from the Marshall guide.
It shouldn't be, but that's fair enough.
It's linked. I ran into that with Dark Sun. I had to redo it all. So the players could see what they were looking at. I had to put it into the player guide, not the DM, so they could, anyway.
No problem. Now, in the meantime, what I'm trying to remember is
Fly is not there, is it?
It is not.
Well, what the hell?
I'm going to listen at this door.
Can we change that?
It is no, because how would nanobots make you fly?
I don't know, like the Iron Man put that shit coming out of my boots and push me along.
Possibly.
Yeah, see? It's a legit thing, right?
Is that what I hear on the other side of the door?
That's what you can see on the other side of the door. Quite a lot of them.
What, on the door that I'm at, or the one that...
In medical opinion, those people are dead.
The one Morgana already sealed.
Which window is that by, Kevin? The one that I'm by, or the one that
But they have spacesuits. That means that if they get
by.
out of the ship by some other means, they're still loose.
No, that spacesuit, that helmet is shattered. Those people are dead. It doesn't matter if they have spacesuits on or not.
Is there anything at this door?
No. That
away
door.
My arcane background.
I was trying to add it back in because she said when you clicked on it, you couldn't get the list. So I added it. I tried to add it back in.
And now it doesn't show. It's no problem. I got it. Let's get it from the module. I didn't think about doing that.
No, it's just very annoying. I don't know why. I don't know why the link isn't showing up when I add it in. And the only thing I can think of is it's something to do with the advanced extension because that's what I don't usually use. No, mind you, I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
moving on, right?
Moving on. You had to run. I can't remember how far you had to go up to. Yes. No, there's nothing out there. Just space. Ebony.
Okay, but on the side where Doc is, there is some stuff. Right. Okay. And they're trying to come through the door, are they?
Well, no, they're just beating on the door mindlessly and ineffectually.
Yeah,
so we haven't got to worry about them then. Okay.
They've got guns and they're not even bothering to use those. They're just beating on the door. So I think
maybe we should head back to prison.
I think we should fight them.
And I have noticed checks from Doc and Himini because I noticed you were both looking at the monitor.
Thank goodness Himini's.
So, as you look, obviously, first thing you notice is obviously these people wearing very bad condition spacesuits out there beating on the door. I mean, there's holes in their suits.
Yeah.
It's terrible. The other thing you then notice later on is that basically there seems to be a lot more of them just milling around the ship. Quite a lot of them. The ship's in a very bad way as well, it has to be said. But you also notice that there seems to be basically the ramps down, and basically when you scan the camera around a bit and zoom in, you thought you saw something, and when you zoom very much in, what you notice is I know I did it. Basically, I should have done it left, right, not left, up, down. So for argument's sake, you're meant to be sort of down here type thing, as it were. So the ships, but what you can see is as you look out the back of the ship at the landing bay here, and you zoom in, is you can see it took you. I'm glad you got the races. Took you a lot of fiddling around with the camera to see it, but you can see what looks like a trail of footprints in the dust on the asteroid.
Oh, and where are they going?
That way.
Oh, which way? I can't see. What map are you on?
Well,
On the whole map.
Sharing.
Okay. Right. So they're just walking around the outside. Okay. So I'll tell everyone. It looks like they're not even bothering with the bunker. They're going the long route.
And
I can't move.
Or
I
they're
can't
gonna
move
try
my
and get
map
in
or my
Russia
character
where that
sheet
explosion happened. But
either.
what if
Anybody
we
having
hopped
that
on the
problem?
ship and rammed them or shot them out?
No,
of
mine's working fine. Maybe you need to exit and reboot.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to exit. I'll be back.
What if we hopped in the ship and shot them from the ship?
We'd have to get around to our ship. Our ship is around the other side.
No, I mean your ship is
our
ship is
technically just down the tunnel. Yeah,
it's just down the tunnel.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first of all we could blow up their ship, so whoever's still on the ship is done. And we only have to deal with the ones that manage to get out. Now, because Roger sealed all the airlocks, they're going to have as much trouble, getting into the jail as they are getting through to us. But they don't need to worry about the atmosphere because apparently they're undead.
Yeah, and they're going to pull her out.
They're going to try, but if we blow up,
to our ship, they've all forgotten.
Use our weapons to blow up their ship.
What really happened? You know what I mean?
Somebody can
hunt
get
down the.
And there's a bunch of old cunts.
I agree, but let's hunt down the
people.
ones who are walking towards the jail first, and then we can blow up their ship.
Well, I suggest that at least one or two of us get to our ship because we don't want them to get there before we do and have any chance of retreat. Once we blow up their ship, that takes out any more that are going to be coming off that ship. Because from what the guy said that they're viewing on the screen, there's a lot more on the ship.
No, I agree. I'm saying we use the ship to hunt down the ones that are going around to the jail.
Well, we can do that too because Roger's our pilot and he's pretty good.
Yeah, so we blow their ship up first, then kill them. I'm gonna go back to the prison. I think that's what I should do. Go back to the prison, or try and intercept these zombies. However, they're gonna get in. They're gonna get in somewhere, aren't they? Maybe they'll come in by another landing pad.
Well, obviously we've sealed pretty much everything.
Yeah, but then what about these docks? These other landing pads? They might come in through them.
Or the ship impact where Little Russia is.
Yeah, there's damage there, isn't there?
Yep.
Well, I think
we
If they want to
we
pursue the ones outside, fine. But I'm going back to our ship and blowing their ship up first.
Very good.
Let's put the pilot. If we've got the pilot and Morgana and a gunner on the ship.
Can you play Monday evenings?
Go and pick off any zombies
or Friday
that are trying
evenings?
to break back in. Head back.
You
to
can
the
join
jail.
my game.
That seems like a plan to me. Does everybody agree?
That works for me. Because I want to render their ship, I want to eliminate that escape route and anybody that's still on the ship.
Okay.
That reduces the potentials we have to fight. So, Roger, are you coming with me? Because I can fly.
Who's going to be a gunner on that ship? Is gunning the same as shooting?
Yes.
Hey, what do you mean no set work hours?
It's not 50 fathoms, so you don't use the lower of your boating or your shooting role.
I can handle the guns on the ship.
Yeah, Mondays and Fridays, 9:30 my time, 9:30 in the evening.
Dead, so what the hell, So
Roger's been headed back to the boat for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, but
you guys are standing there arguing, trying to figure out what's going on.
Typos are easy.
Okay. We'll go, Morgana. Catch up to Roger. And let's make our way back towards the jail. Home again, home again.
Yeah, I'm going back to the jail. Yeah. We're gonna go via Little Russia and see what comes, are we?
Yeah, I think so. I think we need to.
Let me unlock tokens. So I basically, if you engage, I'm going to unlock the tokens so you can move treaty, but all you need to do is either move. Get back here. You either move. All I need to know is if you go. I need to know if you're going to the ship by putting your icon near the ship, or if you're going down the boulevard, then you can sort of get to there.
Well, and my question was...
That's a bit further than I said.
You guys aren't going to fight these outside unless you stop at the ship.
You can go to there. A little bit further than that. A little 1 more inch. Yeah, and I'll give you a Discord link.
Off, didn't you? Okay, that's
my Discord's changed.
Daniel's basically... Daniel's torn. He doesn't know whether to go to the ship or come with you guys. I think he's going to come with you guys.
Go with them, Daniel. Go with them.
Now, what I do need to check is something important.
Right, hang on. I'm going to send you as a whisper.
Yep, that's what I thought. I'm just going to...
Oh, hang on. Just do that. There you go. Join that one.
I'm just going to... that.
We don't need the boulevard anymore. We're not on the boulevard.
No, you don't. Sorry, you don't need that one. So,
Elton John was singing
okay. Roger and Morgana are back to the ship. The rest of you, basically, by the time they get back to the ship, you guys will have got to about there at the same time. That seems reasonable to me. Okie dokie. So, let's make this map a bit bigger so I can see what's going on.
The weird to take the marksman edge with a shotgun.
You can take marksman. The only requirement to take an edge is you have the stat prerequisites. I don't think there's any reason why you can't. I mean, I don't see why you can't be a good shot with a shotgun. I mean, marksman isn't about using a shotgun. It's because you're a good shot. It's just, if you're shooting with a shotgun, you're shooting with a shotgun. You know what I mean? It's not like trademark weapon where you've got to specify. It's just
not associated with being a marksman. But anyway, I digress. So
I know what you're saying, but from a technical perspective, the point is you are a marksman who chooses to use a shotgun. At the end of the day. Okay, so it's quite straightforward. I'm going to be genuinely nice. Everyone who's running around the boulevard, and assume you're always running 6s on your run dice. So everyone in the boulevard can move 12 inches.
I'm running 8. So.
Well, you can run your back. Assume you've rolled your maximum run every round. How's that?
So I got fleet-footed. So my run is like I'm way into the distance. Yeah.
So it's your pace plus whatever your run die is. So if you're
16,
if you're encumbered, So if you're encumbered or anything like that, that will affect it. So the easiest thing to do there is, if you're not sure what you run, it would be. Well, no, I don't think anyone is. So basically, it's your pace is 12, unless of course your pace, unless you've got edges to improve your pace. Is the simple answer because there's no dwarfs in this. Okay. And he gets to move 12 because he's... Okay, that's fine. No, that's as far as you get in the first... they get to the ship and you get that far. Up ahead, you can see the first of the sealed airlocks round the corner. Okay, in the meantime, Linda and Roger has got to the ship. And obviously, between the two of you, doing your pre-flight checks and everything else. No problem at all. You'll be ready to launch.
We'll make characters tomorrow if you want,
seconds.
or later today.
Okay, everyone else can.
Tomorrow is better.
Everyone else can make their runs again. Did someone play love interest on the Marshal at the end of last time?
Someone did, yes.
Who was that? Roger. Roger, your private comms clicks in.
Hello, Roger. Can you give me a good Rogering?
Yeah, I was going to say, can you give me your namesake, please?
A good Rogering?
Yes.
It's an English thing. Have you not heard that one, no?
it goes back to this old joke about which is completely untrue because the cabin boy was called Jim, but there was this urban myth, internet myth going around that there was an old children's television show called Captain Pugwash, and the cabin boy was called Roger, so he was Roger the cabin boy.
Jimmy Savile run, was it?
But obviously it wasn't true. Anyway,
Captain Pugwash and Master Bakes, yeah.
Master Bakes
and Seaman Staines.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, that part
that's all
was
rubbish,
true.
but that's how it's none of that's actually true, but that's how everyone pretends to remember.
It's like the Mandela effect or the Bernstein Bears.
Yes, exactly. Yes, the Bernstein Bears is a good one, isn't it? Okay. Anyway, the marshal basically contacts you, Roger, and she says, "I don't trust Lilith. She's just sitting in her cell, smiling at me, not in a nice way. She's up to something." Okay, you try to. In the meantime, you finish your pre-flight checks and you try to take off, and you basically that's when all the warning lights kick off, and basically a message flaps up on the screen that landing dock protocols are engaged and landing locks are activated. The ship ain't taking off.
What is that saying? Roger can't take off.
Yeah, the ship's been clamped basically.
Oh, so you need to speak to Marshal Katie Winslow, don't we?
Indeed.
Roger is here on the ship. He needs to speak to her.
Okay, you guys. Okay, Himley's behind everyone else. Is he one move behind everyone? I wonder.
Of course not. I just walk so fast that I don't even need. I can just let them get ahead and then zoom past them.
Okay, Himley opens up the airlock, and everyone can make their next move. Obviously, you can only get as far as the airlock because that will slow you down because someone closed all the airlocks.
Yeah, but we'll close it behind us as well. So we're making sure we're going to close it behind us as well.
You always. I'm pretending you're always rolling a 6 on your dock, on your run dock. Don't worry. You actually got a place +2. Why you got +2 on your run out of interest? Oh, because some people have powers still going, which they shouldn't have. Okay, let's get rid of the powers. Roger, using the ship's comms, is able to broadcast the marshal's message to all of you, so you can all hear it. It's like, I just heard something. I just heard something like a metal, sounded like a metal clank on the outside wall.
What about the zombies, Roger? Jinx, they're at that jail. They're not down there.
Yeah, apparently some of them decided to spacewalk. They may or may not be as alive as you and I are.
Yeah, warn the marshal.
Have we not warned the marshal already? We should have done that in the first place, yeah. So, yeah, where's this clank coming from? Is that what Katie Winslow said?
Yes.
Right, so there's something near her, that means. Right, I'm going to just start running for the doors, yeah.
Okay, well, you could get as far as the door. Next turn, you are able to open up the airlock, and you can run again.
Right. So...
Okay, back to the ship. What are you guys going to do? The ship's basically clamped.
Ask Roger. Ask the marshal to authorize our release so we can get up in the air.
Yeah, is there something we have to do to get unclamped?
She goes, "I'm not showing anything on. I certainly didn't impose a clamp. I don't know what's going on here."
Okay, I'm going to quickly interrupt Katie and ask her if she can just unlock these doors for us manually from where she is, so it saves us a bit of time getting back to her.
Because it seems to be locked out from the system. It seems to be everything seems to be locked down from admin.
Ah, where's admin in this building, in this place?
Number 1.
Okay, we got to get to number 1 to turn off number 2.
she's now talking something to the other person. I don't know what she's saying. Lilith's just saying stuff, and he's not liking it. I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. Lock and load.
As fast as we can. Who can get in the admin building and fix stuff there?
I can go in there and kill stuff there, or I can run ahead, but yeah.
Daniel goes, I'm on it! And starts powering as fast as he can.
Does he know what the fuck he's doing?
I don't know, he seems to be doing alright so far. Yeah. He's killing stuff when he shoots it. I don't know about admin, but yeah.
I mean, I think that would be more Linda, right? Linda's the one with the electronic skills.
I might need to get a coffee brew for in a minute.
Linda's happy to do it.
Daniel's got this glint. He goes, if there's anyone in that admin building, I'll kill him. Don't you worry.
No. We want to. No. Somebody take care of him, please. Jeez.
Friendly fire.
DM just doesn't want us blasting everything from our spaceship, from our easy Barker loungers on the ship.
I just thought it rather funny. You can spend all that time running all the way around, and now because you close the doors. Oh, he's going that way, is it? Okay, right. That changes everything. Let me just get everyone gets to move their 12, and then well, whatever it is, and let's get Linda up to. Let's get Linda to there. Take her to there. You guys to there. Right. Right. NPCs. What we got? That's interesting.
Have you got Fantasy Grounds for everybody?
That's what I was looking for. There we go. Where we are. Okay. The door to admin is currently closed. Okay, here we go. Dun dun. Style. Good.
Hello, Daddy-O.
Okay. 1. 3. Oh dear, that's a pin, not an NPC. There we go. Let's try that again.
Pirates.
3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Reasonable. Okay. We're gonna go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7. I think that's everything. So, I think that's all we need. See what happens when Undead Pirate number 5 goes first. He's just going to come back down to there, and that's about what he can do. Well, Undead Pirate number 2 is now. Undead Pirate number 2 detonates the explosive on the external wall of one of the cells. At which point, you can hear Katie Katie screaming over the thing.
Hull breach, hull breach. Near me, isn't he?
Hull breach, hull breach.
To an undead pirate too. Okay, gotcha.
Hull breach. They've blown the outer wall out. Okay, pirate number 2 will go on hold. Sorry, pirate will go on hold. Undead pirate number 6 will walk through the hole in the breach, enter into here. Katie's got a basic respirator on, but she's claiming it's very cold at the moment. She And the pirate fires a gyrojet pistol at her, missing. Okay, Himini, you're up.
Guess what I'm going to do?
I imagine you're going to open the door, charge in, and then hope the pirate who's wait on hold doesn't shoot you before you get to hit him.
Exactly. What I'm going to do.
Okay, pirate attempts to interrupt you. Getting. Oh, jeez, I've just seen his athletics.
You got to do it in Kevin's channel. You got to let the bennies flow.
Yeah.
So he didn't interrupt me then. Okay. Bennies. Okay.
On an 11, he beats you.
Do I get to roll?
Yes, you do.
What agility is it? Athletics?
It's athletics. You rolled a 4.
Okay. So he interrupts me. Go on in. What's he going to do?
So obviously, basically what happens is you open the door, and as you go to stepping in, he's waiting for you. And he therefore just lets rip on full auto with his SMG. Missing you three times.
Excellent. Now I'm going to kill him.
Nope, that's too many dice. Let's try that again. Oh, that was a 6 and it rolled over. Okay, over to you. You open the door, you see the gun pointing at you, you duck back out the door, and bullets pepper the wall behind you. Well, flechettes, I should say.
I just moved out of the way, Matrix style.
Why is interrupting an opposed athletics roll?
It's
because
not.
That's what
that's
the rules
auto
say.
testing. But yeah, if you want to interrupt, you got to make. You can't just interrupt. You got to actually
To interrupt someone, you've got to react faster than them. So they've decided it's an athletics roll. It used to be agility, didn't it? But now it's athletics. If you've got the Joker, you automatically interrupt. That's one of the bonuses the Joker gives you. You can interrupt anyone and succeed automatically.
Right. So I hit them both.
Okay. It's actually rolling the dice, blowing on the dice. I mean, okay. You incapacitate the first one. You shake the second one.
No, I'm just going to kill the second one.
The second one is on the combat tracker. Oh my word, the second one you incapacitate him as well, do you?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I want to now be able to turn, get things back alive again. Not that I can, but Daniel Larkin might be able to, and he's coming in. So I'm going to call him in. Daniel, come in here and sort this system out.
Okay, Lilith. She where's Lilith? Well, that is interesting. Hello,
Kevin. This is Doc. I got to step away for a second.
No problem. That's absolutely fine.
On my turn, I'm just going to run towards as fast as I can towards the jails.
No problem at all. Understood. I shall do so. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. So this was Plan C because you were in Plans A and B. This was Plan C. On Plan C, they do what they're meant to be doing, and then Lilith, as written in the adventure, casts environmental protection on herself. Would you like to guess what power they didn't actually give her?
Environmental protection.
What did you guess? How weird is that? Okay. She cast environmental protection on herself because obviously it's a vacuum. Okay, she successfully casts environmental protection on herself. Therefore, she is. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but anyway, she is protected from the effects of space for 1 hour. Wow. That's as far as Undead Pirate number 7 is going to get. Undead Pirate number 4. Going to get to there. It's a pirate fest over there. The Doc said he was going to run, didn't he? Fast as he could. That gets him to that door there, and he's able to unlock. He basically spends the rest of his action unlocking the door. Daniel walks in, and basically, as you run off him, you just hear gunfire coming from behind you. Linda, you're up.
Oh, so he's got in and started shooting stuff. He's a moron.
I think he's just making sure they're dead.
Linda's just running toward the jail at top speed.
Okie dokie. That would be because I. Oh yeah, look at that! How did you know you were going to roll a 6? I'm impressed. Gonna have to give you a Benny for guessing right. There we go.
I thought we were still on default.
I know, but I just rolled a 6, and I thought, why not? Decade, you're up. Do you want to guess your run before you roll for a chance to win a Benny?
No, but I'm going to spend.
Oh.
I'm going to spend my conviction.
Okay. Oh, okay. Arcane Inspiration, he's spent. No, that didn't work.
No, I didn't do the Arcane Inspiration. Yes, I did. Is that the name of the card? Yeah.
Yes. Trait +2.
Okay.
There we
go. That's perfect.
Do you want to spend a penny to see if you can run further?
No.
I was going to click on. I was actually going to click on that because I was going to pretend I couldn't count. You know.
Yeah, I was trying to. I went too far. You moved too far.
No, that's absolutely fine. No, I know you did, but I wasn't going to. I was going to conveniently not notice you'd done that because you'd done all that lovely investiture there.
I think
in
it's
fact,
let
actually,
the bennies
just
flow.
why not? Because it's. I'm going just because it'd be funny because that means him and he's. Okay. In fact, because I'm going to say with your conviction, you literally just pump iron. You get to there and you activate the airlock, the double airlock here, opening it up. Because, yeah. Okay, right, Roger. Yeah, Roger.
I just got kicked out.
No problem. Morgana.
We're on the ship and it's locked down, so we can't do anything, right?
No, but you can offer support and stuff, can't you, over the comms? Pour some bennies on me. That's a new variation. I like that. I'll assume that's meant to say the bennies must flow.
Yep.
That was you under another name, wasn't it?
No, it's not me under another name. It's 11 on he's one of my players.
You told him to say it though, didn't you?
Well, he come in and typed it in my chat, and I said you got to say it in Kevin's chat, so I got him to come to your chat. Yeah.
Fair enough. I have to admire the lengths you go to get 3 bennies.
Okay, can we use our video system to see what's going on around the jail?
I'm sure you can. Bennies I'm floating a little bit, but pouring is a lot. Oh, I see. Fair enough. Yeah, with a repair roll, you can probably hack into the security system on the station. Yep. What you can see is basically that the marshal's desperately trying to put on an emergency, environmental protection suit, because actually, that's a good point. I'm going to say the doc didn't open that door. Yeah, he basically.
I'm back.
That doesn't make sense. That I'm going to argue that doesn't make sense. That really doesn't make sense. That there isn't a. I suppose because of the way it is. Yeah. So basically, she's desperately trying to put on a suit. It appears you can see there's gunfire going on, but it doesn't appear you're not getting any sound feed from inside the room, even though there's stuff flying around everywhere.
Well, but our cameras, we can see the periphery, the outside the jail.
Not outside the jail. You can see what's happening inside the jail, including that jail cell there. And the big hole in the wall.
So they've already punched a hole through to get Lilith out.
They punched a hole on the cell she's not in, yes. And now they're basically cutting their way. They're literally one of the pirates is in there keeping basically they're all clambering through the hole at the moment. Yes.
Then all we can do is alert them that they need to get to Lilith ASAP. She's got a lot of trouble on her lap. And they've already punched through one of the walls. I can use our individual comms between us to let them know that, so I would have done that.
Yep. I should point out, Doc, you got to that door, and originally I was going to say you opened it, but having looked at how the map's set up, you go to open it, and then you notice on the readouts there's that basically there is no atmosphere behind on the other side of this door.
Have we got our spacesuits on, or did we not go with our spacesuits?
No, because even though I warned you guys that, you wanted your spacesuits, you were in a rush. So after I let them know that she's got a ton of company, I'm going to put my spacesuit on.
No, I don't think I've got a spacesuit in my backpack, have I?
So is all the air gone, or is there partial atmosphere?
Basically, because if I looked at the map there, 11 says you poked holes in all the suits. Anyway, if you look at the map, there's an airlock there, and there's an airlock there. There isn't an airlock to the jail cell, and it basically they've punched a hole. So yeah, so there is basically that area. It's not exposed to space as such, but because of a hull breach, there is no. It's all gone. What I'm trying to say. I mean, if you think you can hold your breath and if you think you can hold your breath and you can get into it's not exposed to space. There's no air, but there are emergency suits inside the jail. So if you want to, apart from the fact you're going to have fun and games, because as soon as you open the thing, the air's going to get blown, isn't it, down this corridor? Then it's going to get blown into there, and then it's going to get blown out, because obviously air blows, it doesn't get sucked into space, it blows into space.
So I'm going to spend a penny on the perfect timing and get myself the hidden stash card and find a spacesuit conveniently that I need.
Yeah, they don't even have rebreathers next to the airlock.
But I can't drag hidden stash from the thing to my.
Well, I've done all I can.
Sorry, carry on.
I've let them know what's happening, and I've got my spacesuit on because we don't know what's coming.
They don't have oxygen tanks or anything like that near the airlock?
Well, I just found a hidden stash. I've just used the hidden stash card.
I was about to say, the point is, you may well absolutely. I mean, the adventure doesn't tell you that sort of thing. So it's down to me, and I'm going to say, fortunately, because someone has. There you go. Try now.
Spending a penny for there to be.
No, you don't need to.
I've done it already. I did it. I already done it. I spent a penny and got a hidden stash card. There you go.
Okay.
That's the whole point of adventure cards. He uses an adventure card to find the card he needs. The card he needs is to state there are emergency rebreathers. So that's absolutely fine. Yes, there are emergency. Himity points out there are emergency rebreathers by each of the doors. Yeah. The only problem you've got is if you open that airlock now, you expose the entire boulevard.
We have to come through first, yeah. Wait for us to get through this airlock by number 6, and then we can all go in.
Okay, bearing in mind number 6, the busted thruster. So, fortunately, the airlock to Tent City is closed off, so it's only anyone who's in the bus, anyone who's in the bar and in the Lucky Strike Casino could be in trouble.
All right, we'll tell them as we go through. Then we'll shout, you got to get out because there's an attack coming, and we're gonna evacuate because there's going to be a vacuum soon.
That seems reasonable. Jinx, you're up.
Okay.
You seem to be a bit.
Have portholes in them to see out.
Why not? It's the hotel, isn't it? Number 5 would have them probably, just to have windows. I didn't know you spent it.
All right. If I get to the hotel, would I have line of sight, or would I need to spend a round running to find a window?
Line of sight to what? I see what you're saying. No, the Tent City will be in the way. If you notice, there's an umbilical down to Tent City, so.
Well, that's why I was asking if there was portholes in the hull, in the.
Oh, I see what you mean. That's a very good question. I'm going to see if it doesn't tell me, I'll decide how mean I want to be.
You don't want to be mean.
The boulevard's main artery stretches over 300 yards from the dry dock of the west side to the marshal's office at the end. Most corridors and outposts are 8 feet tall, but the boulevard is twice that with a height of nearly 15 feet. It is also better lit than the rest of the outpost, but the lighting dims towards the business district. Many businesses. It doesn't say. I mean, logically, at the end of the day, windows are always dangerous because obviously they're an inherent structural weakness, aren't they? So, well, it's down to you. Do you think that there is a window in the Busted Thruster Saloon, or do you think you can narratively insist there is? Hint, hint. Bearing in mind one of the little remembered uses of Benny's.
Well, I was thinking more the hotel, since it's probably multiple stories.
Is it? Yeah, it might be. I will argue it could well be.
Okay. And then does conviction apply to our running?
Technically not, but if I think it's narratively cool, yes. I am just in. I suppose psionic power. Yeah, I suppose psionic powers don't need a physical medium.
I just need line of sight.
Well, I think basically, if you want to, you spend a penny to narratively insist that there is a window that lets you look out over on the Marshal's Guide, then I can't dispute that. Really, it seems a reasonable use of a penny. There we go. Yes, you happen to remember that the top floor of the Lowry Hotel has a lovely panoramic window that lets you overlook into the whole of the Widowmaker base. How's that? All you need to do, if you get to number 5, you can jump in the lift, and the lift will take you the rest of the way. Which I think I saw 9 inches would get you there, didn't it? So, yeah, you get into the lift. You get up to the top floor. There you go.
All right. I've got line of sight. I've spent my conviction. I really hate these guys.
I love it. Everyone's got some really good, useful cards for a change.
I am. Well, let's. Ooh, I can hit.
That's a super good card, isn't it?
I'm targeting all of those pirates. I'm using my blast. That is really only 11? To spend for each then, just for damage and size. So 3, 4.
Wow, smarts times 2, aren't you? And you're just in range, I think, aren't you? You're just in range, aren't you? Lucky.
I'm willing to spend for reach. That's why I'm just asking. All right, so 4 with area of effect. Doing damage is 6.
Is this a melee attack or ranged attack? It's a ranged
This
attack.
is an area of effect psychic attack. And
someone's got cards. That's why they're asking.
Piercing on there just to be fun. So go 8 points. Armor piercing is. 10.
Yeah, I'm afraid Deadly Blow doesn't. You can't use it on Deadly Blow, alas.
Okay. Just checking.
Good call. Save that one for when Himini hits Lilith.
Okay.
And I got conviction up. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's a successful cast of boost trait, which because you clicked on the wrong one, but I know your stats are all the same, so it doesn't matter.
Well, not sure why it was. It's my psychic blast I'm doing, not my boost trait.
It's okay, don't worry. I know that, so it's not a problem.
All right. That is a raise.
There you go.
Yep, a raise.
You can't get that one because he's inside the building.
Or a Lilith?
Or Lilith. No,
okay.
not.
I will. You add a d6 for the. I really hate these guys. Then.
Yep, be my best. Yep, best. Be my best. Oh, shut it. You know what I mean.
Yep.
That's an awful lot of dead as space pirates, isn't it? Well, this is going to be a short fight. Complaining.
Wow, well done. All because the architect put windows at the top of the hotel.
Yeah, don't give me one. I'm not complaining, and 2, it was a very good idea. And this is the thing. Yeah.
To be fair, I have spent a Benny, a conviction, and an adventure card to do
exactly.
that.
Exactly. I don't have a problem with that. It's brilliant. You came up with a beautifully executed plan, and therefore that's why I don't have a problem with that. Well done. Very nice.
I just like the way Jinx disappears every time he uses psionics. We never get to see it.
That is entirely planned and purposeful.
Roger's going to come off.
We don't even know what happened. We just see a bunch of zombies explode.
Roger. Roger comes off hold. I didn't hear what you said.
Spacesuit.
Roger comes off hold and puts on his spacesuit. Okay, the next round begins. Okay.
Wow,
Daniel hears. Oh my word! You got lots of pennies now. Daniel hears the discussion and he just pulls the emergency evacuation alarm, which, logically speaking, basically, slightly drunk people pour out of the bar. And some other people start staggering out of the casino, desperately trying to secure their chips. The wave of people start pouring past you. Some of them realise Tent City's blocked and they start hammering at the door trying to get it open. Jinx, you're up.
I'm going to hold.
Okie dokie. You've got the Joker, so you can interrupt at any time.
Yep.
Himini, you're up.
I'm going to open this door.
That door. These 2 doors are already open.
No, in that case, I'm going to belt it down here.
Okay.
Can't go past that door yet.
Actually, he can't anyway because he only rolled a 14. You come charging down and you get to a door that's closed in front of you. What do you do when you reach the door, Himini? It's closed.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for the masks for the people to evacuate before we open it.
You.
I'm not.
I know that's the sensible answer, but that's just not what I wanted you to do. Okay.
What I'm going to do.
You're just going to open the door, aren't you, and suck everyone out? Sorry, blow everyone out.
Not quite. I have a plan. We'll see how it works out.
Okay,
I have a cunning plan.
A cunning plan. Right. Okay. That's Lilith's going to go on hold. Daniel's going to come charging down, shoving people out of the way, rushing forwards.
Is he doing a Costanza through the crowd?
He's going, get out of the way, get out of the way, I've got to kill someone.
Has he got a rebreather on?
Yes. Yes, he does. Deckard, you're up.
No bennies for that, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've done. I keep trying to click on it. It seems it's the slightly wobbles there.
And the door is shut at this point. Is that right?
It is.
Okay. Well, then
Unless you want to.
Well,
unless you want to do something with your nanite, I mean, unless you want to do something to open the door, of course.
I do. I'm going to take 2 actions to do it too.
You do.
And my conviction should still be up.
It is.
And I'm going to spend a Benny for it.
Yep, no problem at all.
And by the way, yeah, like I said, you drop it into the conviction box. It works. Like when you were talking about that yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
We know that.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Haywire to open that door.
Okay.
Ah, jeez.
I've just been Googling the effects of this.
All right,
Okie dokie. That's successful. The door starts to open. What's your second action?
I'm gonna Can I see Lilith from here? Like,
no. She's in a cell.
Tube?
No. Oh no! If you definitely not. You don't have line of sight on. Oh yeah, you don't have line of sight on Lilith until you're actually on the number 8, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, then I didn't need to do a multi-action, but it cast anyway. So.
Okie doke.
That's it.
Okay. At this point, this door here opens, which now means basically, and I've just googled it, all the air starts moving at the speed of sound down the corridor and out through the gap. So I think the first thing we will need is some strength checks from everyone. Except for Jinx. It's failed. Okay.
That's amusing.
It is. Because
you opened the door and went flying out.
Okay, so Deckard, you are going to go flying.
I'll try and grab him.
Okay. I will. Have you acted yet this turn?
I have. No, I came to the doorway and then stood still. Yeah.
Do I have line of sight now?
Hold up. Have you got a lot of sight? You are for the record at this point, you are being blown out the corridor into space. You're not really conscious of the fact you have line of sight right now. However,
no, I mean, I'm looking at one of these like stop time things. Like it was all planned. Like I opened it, I knew I was going to get sucked through, and as I float by, I want to cast a spell on Lilith to get rid of her environmental protection.
But Anouk, Jiminy doesn't know that, so he just grabs you by the arm.
in a desperate attempt to save you.
Yeah, because he didn't know you had a cunning plan.
But to be honest, the point is, I was going to roll how many inches you got blown, and then obviously it's not nice. You are bashed and battered, so then I would have bashed and battered you. And if you weren't shaken after all of that, then yes, you could have possibly got away with it. And it would. I do not disagree. It would have looked quite cool. Well, Molly keeps disconnecting. I think he's having problems today.
That's the nicest no I've ever heard. Oh, I just got kicked again. Shit.
I don't know what's going on with you. Daniel grabs hold of a bulkhead and yeah. Sorry, carry on.
I think it might be on my end.
So I'm just going to put everyone on their sides because you are all horizontal to the ground. Other people are bashing you in. Let's see, what's the final tally?
Down.
Basically, in response to the fact of one of the airlocks failing, obviously all the airlocks do correctly seal up again quite quickly. However, by that point, from Jinx's point of view, what Jinx can see is 8 bodies slowly floating in this direction over Tent City. Well, I say slowly, quite fast. Okay. Undead Pirate number 6 is going to walk forwards to here and basically spend his entire action freeing Lilith from her cell. Morgana.
Okay, I've got a couple of questions. First of all,
yes.
Can the mule operate in no atmosphere?
Yes.
Okay.
I can see the second question.
Roger, we load a couple of artillery shells onto the mule, get out and get around to their ship and try to render it disabled from the outside.
I'm willing to give it a try.
Yep, that's our best bet. So we're going to try to load some of our heavy weapon shells onto the mule.
Okay.
Just put those in the engine exhaust.
And well, see, I've got.
I suddenly saw jumping the whole idea, but actually, I realised you're just going to drive around. And I see what you're saying. Yeah, good.
We just want to drive around to their ship. We need to keep them from being able to get off planet.
Is the mule atmosphere sealed?
That's what the first question I asked is: can we operate the mule in no atmosphere conditions? And he said yes.
Well, let's put it another way. If you spend a Betty, Morgana, you've modified it so it does. How's that?
If there's no atmosphere, why is there an echo in here?
It didn't take long.
Okay. So we've rigged the mule up. We've got a couple of artillery shells on board it. Do you want to drive, Roger, so that I can get over there and?
Yeah, you start arming them. I'll start driving.
Okay. Well, I've got to MacGyver them into some kind of like explosive that we can attach to the outside of their ship. So I'll do that while you drive. Because I got MacGyver.
Thank you for the map tip. I seem to be using it a lot today.
So, if there's atmosphere flowing through there, is the undead pirate affected in any way?
That's a very good point. It's a very good point. I did forget to do a strength check for the undead pirate.
Okay. Get the mule loaded, get it jury rigged.
I might spend a Betty on that, but let's try spending a Betty first. Okay. Did I really just roll it? No. Yeah, 7. 7 to there, and then 2d6 damage plus.
And I hate to say it, but you probably need to do the Marshal too, and Nigel, I guess.
Well, Nigel's in a cell, so Nigel's in a cell, so he's in a bad way anyway. Undead Pirate was unharmed. Basically bounces. Undead Pirate basically doesn't free Lilith, but he comes outside. Who gets to make an athletics check? He successfully grabs hold of Tent City by basically clawing through the fibrous membranes of the outer area, and he just gets a grip. So he's actually floating there, so he's okay. And where's the Marshal? Marshal. Oh, look at that! Look at that! She's fine.
It's great. It's great.
Okay, where were we?
Fantastic.
Doc, you're up. Obviously,
so I'm going to. What do I need to do to maneuver? Are there handhelds on the?
Oh yeah. There certainly is, and what I am looking for.
I think we need some more bennies.
I do is.
He's too stingy with his bennies. We have to make the bennies flow.
0.
Space, the final frontier.
This is where I turn back to the good old-fashioned sci-fi companion, because I know it's in here because I was looking at it the other day.
Deckard, which side of the door are you on?
We're the wrong side.
Okay. How far did he get blown in there?
I'm at the door. I think him and
I grabbed him. He didn't go anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I see him go flying past. I didn't know he had a cunning plan, so I just grabbed him by the arm and went, gotcha.
Fair enough.
Then he gave me a dirty look. I'm like, what are you doing that for?
Have you gone this round, Himony?
Hey?
He has.
You have.
Do anything. Okay, so basically the way the ruling is actually physical activity can be tricky in 0G. Anyone rolling a critical failure on a physical trait die in 0G loses control to the movement and begins to tumble, making them distracted until you recover. An agility roll made as a free action at the start of their turn. Basically control yourselves. This assumes you have a way to stabilize. So
hang on, we're not in. We're not in 0G. We're just in 0 atmosphere, aren't we?
You're in, good point. Thank you. You're right. The boulevard has does have
once the atmosphere, once all the atmosphere flies out the door,
so you're fine.
All right, aren't we? Yeah.
You're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Ignore me. I forgot. It's not 0G. There's gravity drives powering sections. Tent City, and Little Russia don't have gravity drives, but the main boulevard does. So I've completely forgot that. So that was a waste of time.
I turn to Himony and say, "Can you take care of this door?"
I don't really like this door anymore. What do you mean, take care of it?
Close it after we all get through.
Yeah, I'm waiting for everyone to come through, but I'm going in. I'm not going to hang around. Yeah. Right. There's a whole group of people behind us that haven't come in. All
right. So here's the thing.
Linda and Roger. No, Linda
Is
and
there
Jinx.
any sort of repair, like hull breach repair kit at these airlocks?
I think you could probably jury something. But logically must be. But given the fact that this was probably more than a standard hull breach, it might be tricky. But yes.
There we go. I'm spending a penny to make it so.
There you go then.
So I'm grabbing the hull breach repair, and I am running as fast as I can,
holding on to one another's hands.
Trying to get away into the night. Arms around Himony, and I tumble to the ground, and then I say,
just follow through now.
And then I'm going to there, And I'm gonna. Whoop! Why did it go there? Why did it do that? Stop that.
I'm not entirely sure. FantasyGrounds does some very funny stuff when people do things in the combat tracker, and this time it was me doing things in the combat tracker.
Oh, it's you, is it?
Well, I was putting
remove Benny from
Roger
the GM.
I was putting Roger and Morgana in the mule.
I'm trying to fill in the whole breach.
Okay, make a repair check.
Repair. What adventure cards do I have?
Does anyone have the something clicks and gives him a D6 in a skill for the rest of this session card? If they do, now's the time to give it to the doc. I can't think what it's called.
I don't have that, but I'm sure someone in your chat is going to say the bennies must flow.
I can give him. Would Ace do it? Ace could do it, right?
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Because it says any trait roll, doesn't it? Automatically aces.
Bennies must flow.
Okay, so I'll give. How do I give him?
Give us bennies, man.
The Ace card. Just drag it on the combat tracker, or
on his portrait, on the portrait
on the map.
No,
the portrait. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be Doc, right?
That would be Doc.
Okay, there you go, Doc.
Because aces play instead of rolling to automatically succeed as a trait roll, and repair is a trait roll. Don't forget, Doc, you do need to return a card to Linda because you have to swap cards, as it were.
Let's see if that's true.
Doc, you ace the repair roll and are able to perform an emergency patching of the wall. It's barely there, but it will hold. In the meantime, right. Linda will come to here and basically
just kill her.
She can't. She's a cop. He goes, your plan failed. I don't know how many more people you've killed, Lilith, but your plan has failed yet again. And she's just standing there pointing a gun at the individual. Linda, you're up. I'm afraid to say you and Jinx are on the wrong side of two airlocks that have closed.
Oh, I have to open those airlocks? Is that right?
I assume it'll take some time for the atmosphere to return to normal, right?
It will do. I mean, you can already hear from where you are the air's being pumped in to the section you're in. To be honest, you'd have to override the safety systems to force the airlock open.
Well, first of all, I think she's going to put on an air mask or whatever it is. She's going to look for one of the air masks.
Yep.
The rebreather.
Jinx, you want to clean up on that undead pirate out there? Can you see him?
And then she's going to get to work on the airlock in case she can MacGyver it open. I don't know if you want her to roll or whether that's just something she works on.
It doesn't exist here, so I would say an electronics roll would allow you to override the lock on the door if you want to.
Yep, give that a shot. I think I'll Benny that just because it might help.
You have 8 of them.
Yeah. Okay, I just dropped it on that roll. It didn't roll, so I'm just going to roll again.
Just roll again. It's absolutely fine.
Do I get a D6? It didn't roll Did it roll the D6?
It did roll the D6, yeah.
It did. Okay, that's fine. I'm done. That's good enough.
It's okay. Yeah, you know, when Morgana does it, she makes it look so easy. Okay, Roger, the two of you are obviously I won't worry too much. You're both in. I'm going to say you're both in the mule.
Okay, Roger, drive this thing and give me cover.
Okay. Unless I know I can go under these tunnels, I think I'm going to have to go the long way around the warehouse.
I think you are, yeah.
Okay. So Roger will start driving.
Why don't you just get some speed up and just jump across the hole?
The mule is
They
underneath.
changed the rules so you can't use, vehicles don't have scale anymore.
Now
didn't
them
they?
two
But-
kids were about to jump the hole with their mule.
Yeah, I was thinking they were going to jump the hole, but I think they're not. They're not doing that. They're literally just going to, I think, plant some explosives on the external hull of the spaceship. Is my understanding of their current plan.
Or shove them in.
Just
an
load them
airlock.
into the engines. Let them
Yeah.
explode in the
Speed is
engines.
60. What does that translate into inches? That's 12 inches, isn't it?
To convert a real vehicle, look up its actual top speed in miles per hour. For fictional vehicles, multiply the old top speed by 3 to get its top speed in real world. Okay, so if this has got a top 20 inches is its top speed if we do the conversion backwards. But if you move more than 12 inches in a turn, you have to make a skill roll. Otherwise, you can move 12 inches, you know what I mean, without any problems at all.
Hey,
If I fishtail around that warehouse and just punch it.
Look at that! He drives the whole thing. He drives the whole thing sideways.
This is like one of the opening scenes in Aliens.
Very much so.
Remember?
What we got? Oh, that will do. That will do. It's.
I hope you're holding on back there, Morgana.
I'm holding on. I'm holding down these explosives too.
Don't drop those
You make
explosives.
it sound like that might be dangerous.
Well, you wouldn't want me to, lose control of them.
There we go. How's that?
Oh, is that where I was going to the other side? I thought we were going to the other side.
Oh, well, we just got to go to
You
this
were,
one.
in fact. I apologise. Thank you, because I did say the footprints were going out that way. Allow me to award you, Betty, for reminding me that I made a mistake there, and you were being honest for
You
making
made
it
loads
harder
of
on
mistakes.
yourself.
I need about 3 bennies.
Oh, shush. Okay, new round. Let's see what happens.
Wait,
Oh, but you didn't let me go because while he's driving, I'm rigging these things up with detonators.
Yeah, no, technically he was last in the round. That's why. So I'm assuming you'd already done your bits earlier. But yeah, that's fine.
Jinx was on hold and didn't get to go.
Jinx was on hold and didn't get to go. Jinx, you get to go, and then I'll dial you in for this round. I apologise. Sorry.
Lilith on hold.
I'll pop that undead out there.
Well, yeah, but she ain't going to do anything.
Can we spend our bennies to try to get a better card for the mule?
Oh, technically, yeah. Technically speaking, I should have done what I should have done was what I technically should have done was put. Because obviously that way round you don't get any edges for cards. So what it should have actually been, I need to degroup it and regroup it effectively. What it should have been is you see if we can get this right. The mule, Roger is driving the mule, therefore you go on that, and then because I've done it wrong again. The mule is being driven by Roger. Oh no, it's just the way it does it. It's obviously the way FantasyGrounds does it because you're obviously in there. So yes, you can spend I'm going to say yes, you can spend bennies to improve the. If it lets you spend bennies to improve the mule's cards, go for it. Because the thing is, that's an interesting one. Because if either of you got level-headed or anything like that,
it just gave me a huge old error.
See if I can do it then. No, it would appear you can't. That's an interesting one. I'll have to bring that one up. Because to my mind, actually, the vehicle should be on the player's card, not the players go on the vehicle's card. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, Undead Pirate number 6, in the meantime, got psychically blasted into nothingness by Jinx, which does actually mean, technically speaking, we don't need to worry about the combat anyway. So I can unlock the tokens. And obviously, in this situation, why is Nigel showing as red? He shouldn't be. He should be neutral. He's probably dead, unless he held his breath for this long. He's unconscious. Right. Okay. back to you guys. Okay, you could certainly drive round there.
Excuse me.
Roger's driving.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to...
Since I don't have to gas it anymore.
And now, because I'm using like artillery shells and I've rigged them with detonators, now I would know where the exhaust system is on the ship because they're pretty standardized. So what I would try to do is shove a couple of shells up into the exhaust system before I detonate them and back off, and they'll go, now put that in your pipe and smoke it and blow them.
Okay, that sounds good to me. So what I'm going to say is obviously there are a number of undead roaming around the outside of this spaceship, okay?
Roger's got to cover me while I'm shoving these up the tailpipe and...
So I'm going to, because everyone else is sort of spectators, I'm going to treat this as a quick encounter. So what I'm going to say here is basically we're not going to deal cards. I described the scene and then you agree on a general plan. So you've pretty much already described it. So as far as I'm concerned, what we really need here is from Roger, we need a very good driving check. And from yourself, I think obviously to get out and place them, we'll use repair for placing of explosives, as it were. And basically, what we'll see is resolve any kinds of actions you want to make sense to the flow. So okay, so let's go for it. So actually, I was thinking they've changed. I'm thinking of something different than quick encounter. So Roger, okay. I'll hold your repair checking thing, but you're going to man the gun. So on the first round, Roger's going to make a driving check, comes screaming round the corners, which is absolutely fine. And you are manning the guns, Morgana, I believe. So you get to make a shoot. The bunnies are fluffy. Okay. Roger, sorry.
The bunnies are fluffy. Yes.
Yes. Morgana, you're going to make a shooting roll to try and clear a path through the zombies. Which is successful. Roger will then basically, obviously, that means the two of you pull up behind the ship. So Roger, you've got to give Morgana clearance. So the two of you are going to hop out carrying the explosives. So what are you going to do while Morgana uses her repair check to plant the explosives?
I'm going to use my shooting to keep them back.
Okay, let's go for it. Sounds good to me. I'm just going on successes here because it's just the easiest. Yeah, so basically you're laying down fire everywhere. And Morgana comes in, sets the explosives. And now on this last round, you basically are going to get back in the truck and try and clear the blast area. So obviously that's you dumping back into the truck. So Roger, I assume you'll make a driving roll. Morgana, what are you going to be doing to help get out there as fast as possible?
I'm going to be laying down cover fire while he drives.
Sounds good to me. Go for it. I'm just counting up your number of successes you see here. Oh, that's the first raise. That's that's 5 successes from Morgana. And let's have Roger's driving to get out of there. Oh, he's done it already.
Morgana does something she hardly ever remembers to do. She spent a conviction.
So I would point out at this point, then actually you more than exceeded you got the 8 successes I wanted there. So well done. You successfully drive away, leaving actually, I can probably do that because we know what this is.
Since we're out of blast range, I hit the detonator.
Indeed.
Stuff up today.
That's the wrong crater. I don't know which crater I used last time, but anyway. Oh, it was crater regional decoration before. Oh well, doesn't matter.
Crater.
It sufficed. There we go. Interesting how it didn't find the same ones. Oh, I'll tell you why. Because it would appear there's 2 ways you can spell crater.
We wrecked half their habitats and one of them landing pads.
Indeed. But however, you have stopped Lilith escaping.
You did do that.
Okay, so I get
that ship or within the blast range is effectively, done.
Okay. So with the dock, eventually the aircon's all supplied and working again, and
Just surprised that they don't have airlocks at each of those heavy doors.
well, they have airlocks along the boulevard to it, but it's interesting. It is interesting to note they don't appear to have any by all the buildings, so that decided to be evil.
That's not an airlock. That's a door to stop atmosphere escaping.
Exactly.
An airlock has
Anyway,
ability to do pressure exchange between the two.
I know what you mean. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, at the end of the day, of course, the whole point is it's not meant to be realism. It's meant to be cinematic fun, and obviously, this is meant to be cinematic horror. So having people being blown into space strikes me as very.
Yes.
So, okay, so you are successful in saving Friedman from Lilith's clutches and death. Marshal Winslow's keeping the odd scientist locked up. He's still obviously going to be handed over to the expeditionary force when they turn up because of his outstanding oxygen debt. But he's alive. Lilith, of course, will be also handed over to the expeditionary force when the ship arrives. As the requirement, which is all very well. Okay, the patrol ship the patrol ship lands and takes custody of Lilith and Nigel 2 days subsequent to this, and takes them off.
Did they get Daniel?
I am.
Daniel's with you guys. Daniel's with you guys. The town council isn't thrilled on the attack of the outpost caused by Lilith's incarceration. Initially, they tried to hold. Well, basically, they do hold you responsible for damages to the settlement. And they basically, and given that you've sort of crashed 2 spaceships, blown up 2 landing bays, and sort of
they can't tie that all to us. They can't tie that all to us.
No, they do from a horde of zombies. Who's the guy?
The council do say that basically, or they won't take they won't take it further if you hand over the bounty for Lilith to the council.
Right, this is where Faceman comes in and tells a story about how we saved the whole colony.
I will actually try and get a point of conviction by tale telling.
How does the council have authority to penalize the characters for things the players did with adventure cards?
No, we got a Faceman to fix all that. Don't worry.
Yeah, I am gonna.
The council's gonna pay us money by the time he's finished.
I'm gonna make a tale telling roll.
So they got an option.
Can I do support on his sales roll? Like, flex.
How much is our ship's worth?
Everybody who does support gets a point of conviction. So
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show the fight against the zombies.
The reckless is 5.5, and the reckless is probably about 5.5 million credits.
And what's the bounty?
On Lilith, that's a very good question. What was the bounty on Lilith?
A 13 support roll is not bad.
Yep.
It's a shame it maxes out at 4, but anyway. +4 bonus. I can't find it anymore.
Are there any reasonably young council members? Male council members? Anybody who's conversational? Linda's trying to chat them all up.
No, the town council. Okay, the town council is administered by a group of locals.
To women's charms as young men are.
Most of the folks have been on the rocks since before Larry passed on. They've accumulated a fair amount of real estate as debt repayment. Okay. Votes are allocated on the boasted properties. A core group of 6 individuals control the large share of settlements and therefore the votes. Lionel Murphy, owner of the Busted Thruster. Belinda whose customers you spaced. Belinda Jameson, proprietor of the Lucky Strike, whose customers you spaced. George Dawson of Dawson Outfitting.
Yeah, but that was Deckard who did that spacing. It wasn't us.
And nobody knows he can do that
Yes,
stuff.
it was.
George Dawson of Dawson's Outfitting, Dr. Miguel Herrera, and Sergey, owner of Surges and much of Little Russia. So, yeah.
Yep.
So Linda plays Turncoat card and chats up one of the council members, making them much more sympathetic to our innocent cause.
That's probably
heroic
Belinda
and
Jameson.
innocent
Okay. Okay.
So-
And you got a plus 4 bonus on your telltelling. Obviously, you've already turned one of the voters in your favour, so you only need a success and 3 raises to turn 3 more council members to win the vote 4 to 6.
And Linda's assisting. I don't know what we're doing, but
You
So
also
11
got a plus
plus 4
1
is
from
15.
Himini and a plus whatever from Deckard. 2 from
That's
Deckard.
2 races. So at the end of all of that, it's a deadlock with 3 in favour and 3 not in favour. However, at this point, the marshal kicks in, stating.
and let me roll persuasion for Linda, since that's apparently the thing.
It maxes out at plus 4, and you've already yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
I was gonna say they got 2 options.
Yep, go for it.
They can try and claim the bounty, or they can have the ship.
Hey, James,
Don't get both.
I've heard a rumor that with
What ship? You
Psionic,
mean the
ship? The
What
ship
ship?
I just
I was
blew all
going
the
to say the
smithereens.
ship that just got blown up.
blown up? Yeah.
hey Jinx, I've heard a rumor that psionicists can kill people with their minds. What would happen to the vote if one of the council members keeled over?
Wait, we're about to win the day. Just let the marshal speak. I think we're good. Before you go killing more people.
Linda's not going to do it. None of us are going to do it. Just
Can I point out that
happen in natural causes.
We don't know that Jinx has got any kind of special powers. We just see things happen.
I know, that's why. We don't even know. We don't know it's Jinx.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. Are you going to possibly conspire to murder in front of the colonial marshal?
No.
I'm not there.
Nobody knows.
Definitely not. That was
power.
a player. That wasn't a
Not
character.
even
That
us.
was a player just speculating.
I figured it was. I just wanted to be sure.
We can't conspire if we don't know he has the power.
I will accept that defence. Marcia Winslow explains that her initial arrest predated the character's bounty claim, and Lilith's pirates would have attacked anyway. She even spins it so you end up looking more like Mogul citizens who volunteered to help out of your own sense of duty. Regardless of... so eventually, however, the council eventually relents. They drop any damage claims and allow you to remain on the outpost. They waive all oxygen fees for a week for compensation for their inquest.
I don't think we want to stay.
Also, unfortunately, although the Ravage, which is the ship you blew up, was destroyed, the Expeditionary Force also took the other ship, the one you boarded and you went through. So, okay, basically, congratulations, I believe, are in order there. I think the easiest thing to say, congratulations, you successfully beat Lilith. I gave you the advance last week, so that's why you don't get it this week, which is all very well. What I do need to do is work out where the bloody bounty is so I can give you the bounty.
It's 50,000 credits each.
Oh, and conviction too.
Well, you see, I was thinking about giving you conviction, but you did space people.
No, Deckard space people. We didn't.
Yeah, and it would have been so cool if I had floated by and cast a spell on her shit.
It would. Don't get me wrong. It would have been really rather cool if you'd pulled it off. If Himini hadn't grabbed you, I would have, given you penalties on it, but it would have been really cool. I hate to admit it, that 50,000 does sound familiar.
Nice, isn't it? 50,000 each.
Is that what you put in your notes? Did you?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, yes, I definitely put that in my notes. I didn't just make that number up out of the top of my head at all.
No, I thought it was right. I'm going to check your notes now, but if it was a complete guess, I'm impressed.
No, there's no
That's why I
note. It was a
asking.
complete guess. I just made it up. Yeah, just
Yeah, I was
50,000
making
sounds
sure.
about right. We saved an asteroid from aliens, from zombies,
Okay.
even worse than aliens.
So, okay, so actually, you do pretty well out of that. The 50,000 was exactly the right guess, and then it's a 5,000.
Right, so if I
each
got the
member
guess right,
of-
I get a penny, don't I? I'm sure if you get the guess right, you get a penny.
Okay, and then there was also the crew, which there were 12 of those. So there we go. That's give you 1,500 each for the 110,000 credit bounty you get. 50,000 for Lilith alive, which you got, and 5,000 each for the 12 members of her crew dead.
That doesn't seem to work out right.
No, it doesn't, does it? Hang on.
It's only 10,000 distributed to the
60.
party.
110,000 distributed. No, it is right. That's what I distributed, 110,000. There was obviously a bit more left over. There was obviously some in the pot left over from before, so that's why it
not
came out.
110,000.
That's 10,000, yeah.
Yeah, it's 11. Okay, point taken.
It should be 10,000 each now, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I can't count today.
It's not your fault, it's FantasyGrounds.
There you go.
I'll blame it on
There's the balance.
Excellent.
There's the balance. The bunnies are fluffy. I don't get that one. I still don't get the bunnies are fluffy, mate.
Yeah, well, it's fluffy bunnies, you know, fluffy bunny rabbits. Put the bunny back in the box.
Pennies must flow. The bunnies are fluffy.
Did we share that bounty with Daniel?
No.
No.
We're going to space him first chance.
Because he's not on the. He's not on the party sheet. That's the problem with that.
And he's not a member.
And
of
he's
the party.
wealthy anyhow, so doesn't even need it.
He's not an associate.
No, he's just a passenger. He just thinks he's an associate because he's deluded.
He also seems a bit more bloodthirsty lately, which is a bit worrying.
Yeah, he's definitely getting spaced.
So,
No,
meta question: does
go for that first? Do your meta question first.
You said that Linda has 2 advances. Are those advances I can just pick, and then she already has them, or is that? I mean, is that literally what you're saying? Like, does she already have them, or do I need to do something to earn them?
No, you've already got them, but you've already technically got those advances. You just didn't get around to obviously picking them when you were meant to. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, good.
But you technically have to fulfill the requirements when you got them, if that makes sense.
I've already fulfilled the requirements.
Yeah, that's fine then.
Okay, thank you.
One thing I do want to do is I want to volunteer at the hospital this whole time, even before we had to go before the council or the marshal.
Yep.
And just to help. Hopefully, we can recover at least some of those people who got into outer space, or maybe are still alive. And I'm going to work on them, trying to make them better. So,
I suppose it's possible in the future. Maybe you managed to save one of them. Why don't we say nice and you managed to save little Timmy?
but due to an embolism in his leg, he now has to use crutches.
Wow.
Christmas Carol here.
Yeah. Oh yes. Possibly. Seems reasonable, doesn't it?
Wasn't that the name of the kid?
Tiny Tim.
Yeah, it was Timmy. Okay.
Yeah.
At least he didn't fall down a well.
Indeed.
Were you asking us to do notice checks, or was that my imagination?
No, I was actually.
Do you want us to do that still?
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought that was somebody that was. I never notice anything.
Him, he doesn't either, by the look of things.
No, that was. I'm targeting myself. The second one was a test, but I got a 7 on my notice roll.
Oh yeah, so you did. As I say, it's only very recent. Only over the last couple of days. Over the last couple of days. Since it probably started while Lilith was causing trouble. But what you do notice is that Daniel seems a lot more violent and gung ho lately. Obviously, it's the day after the expeditionary force takes Lilith away. You have to basically pay a visit to the marshal's office because he got into a fight in the bar, and that's not normally a problem. It's just the fact that the
problem solved. Can't we just leave him there?
Yeah, time to leave the planet. Daniel
basically drew a gun on someone, which is and apparently the reason he did that was because, in Daniel's own words, he was looking at me funny, so I decided I had to kill him.
Did Daniel die and pick up a Manitou?
No, but what you do realize is every time you see him now, even when he's just sitting around, he seems to be sitting there quietly talking to himself, and it seems to be about definitely seems to be about the fact that sometime very soon, any time now, he promises you'll get to kill someone. I promise.
Okay, well, it is time to leave him, isn't it? Don't you think it's time to just leave him behind?
Oh, and he goes, look, no, it's absolutely fine. Don't you worry. But at the same time, he goes, no, you can't kill the Anuk. Sneaky mind reading. Jinx. He's not talking to himself.
He needs to make a merch roll.
That's okay. He's not talking. When he's talking like that, he's not talking to himself. He's listening to another voice talking to him. Then that voice is talking. And he's replying.
He's not on comms, is he? He's not on our comms system, is he? Sorry, Jinx.
No. He keeps talking to something. He keeps calling his friend. He keeps calling it Eris.
So while we get called in the marshal's office, I'm going to have now, Daniel, we don't like having to be called into the marshal's office. What's gotten into you?
Isn't that the spaceship computer, or our transporter computer, or something? Somebody had a computer named Eris, I thought.
Come on, let's role play the call to the principal's office with Daniel as the kid.
Does that sound familiar?
I'll probably see it in a bit. Yeah, well, it should do to someone.
Eris is was that the name of the
that was a ship computer or something, wasn't it? It was somebody's computer.
I typed it in chat, but I gotta fly.
All right, see you.
Okay, see you later.
Yes, I did see it. I see you later. Thank you very much.
Yep, sorry.
That's okay.
Now that you're not here, you can enter Kevin's chat and start awarding us bennies.
I'll send some from chat in the car.
Drive safe and don't do that.
True that.
I don't mean that from a safety perspective, obviously.
Right. No, I know. I hear you. Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Also, it should be pointed out, obviously, because he's still in the jail cell. He's looking at the marshal's desk while he's talking to Eris.
Okay, what's on the marshal's desk?
Images.
Detect Arcana.
Sitting on Marshall's desk, you can see Eris.
On the marshal's desk is Eris. Oh, a pistol.
Oh, that stupid fucking gun.
Yes, that pistol.
Oh, did he find this gun somewhere, did he?
Well, actually, Roger was... Last time Roger saw it, it was in his possession.
Right. So the gun's obviously possessed by some kind of thingy spirit.
Is it looking at it with Detect Arcana?
Looking at it with Detect Arcana, that's a good...
Detect Arcana is down in Texas somewhere, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I should also point out. Actually, sorry, I've forgotten to check this because I'm sitting here doing line of sight on a map while I'm saying all this. So I'm not. If basically is when you heard the conversation, when Eris is talking to him, it's the female's talking in a feminine, husky, and seductive voice. And is most definitely giving off a magical aura when you look at it with your Detect Arcana.
Okay.
Linda thinks that gun looks pretty sexy.
Roger will turn to the sheriff and ask, "How come that gun is? Where'd she get that gun?"
I can't speak. He was drawing it when I arrested him. He went to turn it on me, and I disarmed him before he could do anything more.
Well, he swiped it from me, so I apologize for that.
Make a difference, or do we need like lead or something else?
Sorry, you cut off at the start. I didn't hear the.
I knew that guy should be subjected to some friendly fire.
It's not his fault.
He's a victim. He's always a victim.
Technically, he is. Anyway, so yeah, that's the situation.
Like hiding, shielding stuff. Would steel be enough, or do we need like lead or something else, or?
You could try stuff.
I'm trying to remember where I got that.
We got it off an enemy.
A merciless, a notorious killer. You got it off. You got the back. He attacked you without provocation, and you got the bounty for stopping him.
Right? Yeah.
In the meantime, he goes, "Look, in the meantime, Daniel's going, I'm terribly sorry, Marshal. I don't know what came over me. I'll be good now. Please let me have the gun back. She needs me."
Nope. I am going to. How big is the small burst template? Is there anything near the gun? Anybody near the gun?
Well, it's in the marshal's office.
Don't blow up my gun.
That gun seems to have
going
going on it.
technically, I'm not going to blow up your gun. But I will be hitting it with a psychic blast. 5, 6, 7, 8, just to be on the safe side. As I will glare at that gun and hit it with a selective boosted psychic blast.
Okie
Do we
dokie.
see any of this? Do the rest of us see any of this?
No, this is psychic. It's pure mental energy. Yeah, I will not damage your gun. I just might. I'm trying to kill the spirit inside of it, or the magic inside of it.
Suddenly, without any warning at all, Daniel starts screaming and clutching his head as he's in his cell. Screaming, "You're killing her! You're killing her!"
Yes. Good.
Oh no!
Who's killing whom? Who's killing whom? Linda's confused.
That's all he's saying.
Anything?
It doesn't make any sense at all. He's just going, "You're killing her! You're killing her!" And then eventually he stops. Eventually he stops.
Does Linda?
What? Sorry.
Did anybody notice how Jinx concentrates when weird things happen?
Depends how stealthily he was and your notice rolls were. I mean, at the end of the day, well, he wears a hat. If anyone's seen him without his hat on, you might notice he's bald. You can. By now, I suspect you suspect, but whether you want to confront him on, it's up to you. Given
Jinx
that
is bald.
No, not Jinx is bald. Yes, but he always wears a hat when he's in public. It's whether you want to confront some. It really depends whether you want to confront him and ask him outright. Given they're mostly hated, and if he really is one, he may just choose to sort of do something like basically give you a terminal migraine. It's up to you if you want to confront him about it.
I don't know what anyone's talking about. Jinx is a member of the team. He doesn't do any doesn't cause any problems.
Obviously, suffering from the stress of the dealing with the pirates, he should probably be medicated.
All right, I'll go take I was going to take when he started screaming that I would go take a look at him anyway.
Okay.
I'll go check him out. Is he damaged somehow?
No, he just seems very quiet and very, very upset.
Okay, I'm going to give him a mild sedative and lead him back to the hospital on the ship.
How does the gun appear?
No, leave him in the jail.
No,
the gun appears inside.
He needs a cool-down period. He needs a cool-down period of at least a week.
No.
The gun appears exactly as it did before, just lying there.
Now toss the gun down that damn hole.
Is it still?
Actually, that's probably not a good idea. There's probably a bunch of ghost rock down there.
Magical like that? Still possess a spirit or something?
You for the record, when you detected it as magical, you didn't detect the spirit, if that makes sense. So yes, it does still detect as magical. The only reason you thought there was a spirit is because of course you could hear him the gun talking to him. So from your perspective, the gun still appears to have its own sort of strange arcane energy to it. Yes, but it potentially always did.
Moon River.
I mean, it was made by Hellstrom Industries, don't think.
Alright, that was 2 points. I spent 8.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask the sheriff if I can have my weapon back.
I'm gonna try mind reading that gun.
Go for it.
It makes us smarts to post.
No, there's no mind in there to read anymore. Well done.
Be careful with it.
Do you have any bennies? Is it plausible you could beat that? You could beat that. Do you have any bennies? Do you need bennies?
No, I have bennies, but I'm going to have faith in myself and believe that I have
exorcised the demon.
I will be. Who has the gun though?
Roger's asking.
If nobody else is going to stop him, Roger's going to take it back.
All right, I warn you. It's been. There's something wrong with it, and I will make sure.
From industries, so I kind of expect there to be something wrong with it.
I mean, like really, Lilith kind of wrong with it. But it's like I think I've succeeded, so I'll let him carry it. But I'm keeping an eye on him with empathy and keeping an eye on him in that gun.
Okie dokie. Well, it sounds like. I mean, it sounds like at this point.
I just got that adventure card I played earlier lets me play another adventure card, but it's not letting me play another adventure card.
I gave you an adventure card, so it should let you play another adventure card.
Yeah, but it's not.
Maybe because you know why? Probably because I dragged the adventure card from the module rather than from the actual adventure card deck. So it doesn't treat it as I gave you an adventure card, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's my turn to screw things up. Out the frying pan.
I'm definitely not letting you do that, Dan.
No, it's not fair. I wanted to do it. It's either that or I'll do the Saints and Martyrs and let everyone have some arcane power points back, but that's pointless. We're closing up time soon, isn't it?
Well, actually, I've just noticed the timer. That's why I'm desperately trying to finish this back, because I think I need it in a minute.
You haven't done the line of sight already? You should send the maps to me. I'll do the line of sight for you.
Nearly done. Oh, crap. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. Nearly done the... But it's all good.
I started hacking the superpowers extension so that it now has the new thing for bases.
Is it working?
It is working. Mostly.
Well done you. Oh, God. I wish I could work out a clever way to do line of sight.
Dungeon
You know
draft.
what I mean? Well, yeah, but I'm for something else I'm doing at the moment. The maps were done in Dungeon Draft, and they were saved as that format, that Eddie VTT format, and then I was able to use that third-party tool someone's written to let you convert them to work in FantasyGrounds. It does a really good job, but Dungeon Draft still does some very funky stuff, so I'm still having to tidy it up. But what I meant was I almost wish you could like you can in some had like a tool like you can in Photoshop, where you could draw paths, or you could just do group select and it sort of selects everything the same color.
FantasyGrounds.
I know you can paint a path. I know you can paint a path. But
if you select a layer and then click, you can just turn it into a path. So you can draw a wall in FantasyGrounds and click a button. It makes the line of sight for you.
It doesn't help me with a JPEG.
No, it doesn't help with JPEGs. No, that'll teach you to use JPEGs.
You say that, but you say that will teach me. But actually, a couple of times where I'm using FantasyGrounds drawn maps, they don't half take forever to open.
Yeah, sometimes they do take a while to load, don't they?
They do indeed. But anyway, so I need to give Eris back to Roger. Inventory, weapons.
Excuse me.
Have Eris back.
It's
There
delicious. What have you been eating?
Okay, Eris gives a +2 to shooting rolls. That's part of the magic. Because of the targeting link, advanced sensors. But anyway, so it looks like it's probably a good. You probably get the. It's probably almost the case that you possibly overstayed your welcome here. For the time being, at least.
That and we've overstayed our. I don't know. What do you call our ability to put up with the place?
Tavis, the bennies, they flow, they must. Okay, fair enough, Tavis. Hello. Right, I'm so busy drawing line of sight, I don't know how long ago that was done. Right, where were we? So, so basically, it's going to be quite a long flight back to. Did I enable? I think I reset your. Yeah, I did reset your card count. So, Daniel's in the medical bay on the ship, and you're leaving Widowmaker. It calculates. Oh, just close the bloody map. I just spent ages drawing. It calculates out that it's probably about 10 days back to Banshee.
Yeah, well, Morgana's back in the engine room, making sure that none of all this stuff on this asteroid.
How did Daniel get back on the ship? Why didn't we just leave him in jail?
The doc took when he was in a bad way. The doc has taken him, put him back in the medical bay on the ship to look after him medically. In the meantime, the Marshal and Roger say goodbye to each other, and hopefully they will keep in chat. So you're headed back out into the black, and you're just traveling now back. All good stuff.
Resting and relaxing. And keeping an eye on the future.
So where are we going from here, guys? We going back to Banshee?
Not much else where to go.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, Doc, after. Okay, Doc, he seems perfectly. Well, in that case, we need the map of the.
Is he talking about the gun anymore?
No, he seems to be fine about that.
Okay.
I will not. I will not. I will. So it's quite amusing. Some of the whispers I've just got there. Different tactics for same ideas. It's very amusing.
Okay, we're a couple of us
but
looking
mine
at each other
is
and nod,
probably
do we?
most effective.
Yeah.
Indeed. But anyway, the Reckless. There's the Reckless. So we'll put Roger up in the cockpit. We'll put. Now, the engine room's technically the floor above, so I'll just put Morgana down there for the sake of argument. Daniel's in the medical bay at the moment, probably with the doc. He's passed all medical tests. He looks to be fine. I'll put Jinx, Himini, and Linda free to move around to their heart's content, as it were. So there we go. Oops, wrong movement. There we go. So it's I'd say it's about a 10-day journey back to Banshee from here.
Linda's writing several long entries in her journal, trying to calm herself that Daniel somehow made it back to the ship with us before we took off.
So the first few days passed quietly and uneventfully. Daniel doesn't appear to have any problems at all. now. Are you keeping him restricted to sick bay, Doc?
Yes, until I feel pretty sure that he's not going to go after the gun again.
And he's completely banned from the engine room.
Okie doke.
Completely banned from everywhere.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to install a shock collar with a fencing ability.
I think my solution was a lot more compassionate, but hey, that would just be me.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to fuck with him. So that would be rude. So
right.
Where is the airlock?
Himiny seems to be hanging around sick bay for those 2 days, Doc.
All right, what's your beef, Himiny?
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on this strange character.
Yeah,
waiting for you to go to sleep.
But he is a human being, and he is. Let's just put it this way: he has issues that he needs to deal with, but they don't rise to the level of him being spaced or harmed.
I wasn't going to space him, but the spaceship took off too quick.
But you understand what I'm saying, right? Nothing that rises to the level of being killed.
I wasn't gonna kill him.
When you meant eject, you didn't mean space eject. You were just going to eject him back into Widowmaker.
Yes.
Misunderstood you. Yes. Okay. Well, now you're 3 days into the trip. Well, on that first day, so I'm afraid you took off. So I'm afraid the doc didn't let him out. Well, it's not letting him out of sick bay yet, and you're in space now, so that plan doesn't work.
Oh well.
But anyway, it's in the middle of the third night, when obviously everyone's in their quarters except for Daniel, who's still in the med bay.
And Himiny still outside the door.
Himiny's still outside the door. We'll move Doc to somewhere. I don't know where the court. That looks like that's a shared room over there. We'll put Doc over there just for the sake of argument.
No, I got the room next to med bay.
Oh, of course you did. Yes, I apologise. So we'll put you in your room. And Daniel's lying on the bed. Suddenly, obviously, I'm assuming you've got an intercom or something set up. So Himiny, you get to make a notice check. Doc, you don't. You automatically hear Daniel screaming. Himiny, yes, you hear him screaming through the door.
Okay, I'm going in.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
Daniel's white as a sheet and pointing over there, I should say. Going.
Wait, what?
She walked right through the wall. Just right through the wall.
Who's she?
I don't know. She just walked through as if I wasn't here. Holding some technical gubbins.
Wasn't Morgana, was it?
When you get to calm it down a bit further, no one seemed to walk through the wall. What actually happened was, although she is pointing there, what apparently happened is she came through the doors without the doors opening, which means past you, Himiny, and over to this panel over here where she flipped open the panel, opened it up, took out a circuit, and replaced the circuit with an almost identical looking circuit, and then walked back out through the doors without them opening again.
I'm going to call up Morgana on the intercom. Morgana, can you come to the med bay, please?
I'm in the middle
over the comms. You can hear Doc cursing a blue streak.
I'm in the middle of something. Is it urgent?
Yeah, we got a ghost on the ship.
And they've been.
Oh, come on, you guys! Now I'm going to think you're all as insane as Daniel.
And they've been screwing with my medical instruments.
I think you guys spent too much time in 0G. You really need to take something and calm down.
I'm going to do a notice roll and see if I notice any strange inflections in Morgana's voice when she's dying. All.
Are you happy with a 17?
I am happy with 17.
Okay, I need to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. In the meantime, well, your first notice was of, I think you were looking at the panel, weren't you? Whoops, that went to the wrong person.
No, the first notice was me listening to hear Arthur scream, hear Daniel scream. The second one was to listen to the inflection in Morgana's voice.
I know. I just gave it away to Morgana because the reply went to her for some reason, even though you were the last person to whisper. I don't know what happened there, but anyway. So looking at the panel,
that whisper I got was meant for Jiminy.
Yeah. I'm afraid he rolled very good notice, and your persuasion's not very good. Anyway, however, wait, you are I'm finished. You're looking at the panels, weren't you?
Yes.
So back at looking at those, those panels. All of those panels look quite are all quite dusty and look quite old, but you do notice one of them does appear to be newer than the rest. But again, they all appear to look like they haven't been touched in a few years.
Wait. In a few years, really? Because we got the med bay upgraded, didn't we?
Yes, this isn't part of the med bay. It's to do with the basically power distribution to the room, and Morgana said it didn't need upgrading. Save there, Kev.
So this doesn't directly affect the medical equipment?
No. It's part of the ship's infrastructure that was the circuit board, not the med bay.
Okay, I'll calm down a little then. Screwing with the power in the med bay is dangerously irresponsible.
You're picking up a distress signal, Roger.
Guys, I think we've got some sort of SOS going on. I'm going to try and track it down. Electronics, I presume?
Yes, please. Plays longer than I realised. Okay, it seems to be coming from another asteroid out in the belt, as because obviously you're circumnavigating around. Well, I'm sorry, an asteroid away from the belt, a lone asteroid. It's designated asteroid T45-C1. You see on your systems appears to be another mining colony. Apparently, it's another ghost rock. Well, it's a ghost rock, I suppose you should say.
And he's giving out a distress signal.
Well, that's what you pick up first. But when you tune in on that with the electronics, you basically tune on that. There does appear to be a reply on the other end. It sounds very much masked with static, and you do catch a tentative qualities in the woman's voice as she's going, "Hello, oh, hello, oh gosh, can anyone hear me?" Sounds as if she's close to tears.
This is the Reckless. Whom am I speaking to?
Again, it cuts in and out, and all you're able to get. There's a lot of information that seems to cut out and miss, but she claims she's the. She claims her name's Marilyn, and something's happened to the miners. They've gone crazy and started attacking each other. She's pulled up, hiding. Her name's Marilyn, and apparently it's her and a young girl with whom she calls Elle. And basically, she doesn't know exactly where she is. Because in the panic, when the power went out, she just hid herself in a sort of like a cubbyhole, a storage panel inside the wall with the child.
11 on board.
PAX 23.
Again, some more information about what happened or something, but it cuts out through the static and you can't hear it. And then the next thing, you gauge that Marilyn has no recollection of how she got to where she is. As in, how she it's like she doesn't remember how she got to the asteroid now. She thinks about it, she's just knows that the batteries on this communicator, they are low, and there's no charging point in here, and also the air smells bad.
Okay, guys, we're about to make a short detour. Everybody, hold on.
Huh?
Okay,
And I will pilot the ship in that direction.
Yeah, I'll let you.
I appear to have lost. There we go. Token. Hang on, that was a mistake. Did I do it as an image before? Like that. Okay, you're coming up on. You are coming up on the asteroid. You can see. Well, that's interesting. Okay. You really can't do much on the editing of that, can you? Let's delete that and do it a different way. If I go into there and do it that way, can I? No.
But has this asteroid got an atmosphere? Or are we going to land somewhere that's got an airlock?
Oh, no. Oh, no. It's a moon base, like the other one.
Okay.
I don't know how I did that before.
I'm going to put my spacesuit on.
I think you probably should. I'm just going to have to use the token because I can do more with the token and just scale it up.
Linda's going to do the same thing as well.
As you start coming into land, you can see there are 3 potential landing bays. 2 appear to be isolated, attached to the main communication array dish, which appears to be damaged and offline. The 3rd one is not marked as landing bay 3, probably because I deleted the spaceship that was on it and had O3, so you couldn't see the O3 anyway. But that appears to have some structures connected to it.
Waiting for a map.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to think if I do that. If I do, well, I think the easiest thing to do is actually we'll put Roger on the map, like so. Yeah, we'll put Roger on the map, like, and then you can all be Roger. So I'll give you a flyby as you fly over, so you can see what you know what I mean. That's your flyby. And so you've got 3 landing bays to choose from. One, two, or probably number 3, is that? Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Oh, look at that! I can even move it into land.
Oh, look at that! Well, spaceship landed.
Very nice.
Okay. I will then assume you're all donning spacesuits.
Somehow, there's the map. Okay.
Yeah. Before we exit the ship, I'm going to try and contact her one more time and ask if she knows where. She said she's in a closet. Does she know what closet she's in?
She doesn't remember. She doesn't seem to remember how she got to where she is. Oh, that's the problem. I've tried to be clever and use hex. Someone said use hexes because then everything's round. The only problem with that is then it gets even worse on images. So you can't win with FantasyGrounds on that score, can you? She doesn't remember. So you're gonna have to. I'm afraid because I've just changed it so everyone's straight. Now the ship won't land. you know what I mean?
Oh, that chip's perfectly all right. You can just hold down the shift button. You've got to turn off snap to grid, haven't you? Snap to grid,
Snap to grid.
Yeah, turn it off and then you can move wherever you like.
No, but the rotation of a token is limited. Yeah, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it was an emergency landing.
Indeed.
More proof that Roger's a rubbish pilot.
And because you changed everything, I've lost all my flyby.
I must have deleted you by mistake. Sorry, Roger. How's that? I'll give you your flyby back?
Yeah. Okay. It looks like this silo is attached to this landing pad.
It is, yeah.
Is there a door or some such on there that we should be able to go through, or is that like piping?
That is a door there.
I will go over and see about accessing that door.
Be my guest. That door doesn't appear to be locked.
Does it look like there's pressure on the other side of it?
That's a very good question. I am going to say yes.
I mean, I don't want to space the woman I'm here to save, after all.
Where am I?
Move this ship out of the way because some dogs.
Yeah, it's difficult to pick up our characters.
I know. Let's get rid of the ship. It's annoying because it wouldn't let me. What happened there? Ah, there we go. The problem is I couldn't actually rotate this. I can't remember how you free rotate a layer image if you put it. Do you know what I mean? So if I put the ship on, you see as an image. I can't remember.
Is it control click or something? Like that?
That's it. It's control click. That's what I couldn't remember. And then shift will hold it. So there you go. Now it can be perfectly landed and be an image and therefore vanish. There you go. It can be an image and therefore not get in the way of tokenism. Tokens, rather. There we go. That's what I was trying to do earlier.
Now ditch the token, though.
Pardon?
Ditch the token, though.
Yeah. Now it's just an image. Yeah.
No, it's still a token on my map.
Here's a question for you, right? Armor doesn't increase your toughness, does it? It increases your, gives you AP, doesn't it?
No, armor increases your toughness.
Oh, does it? Okay. Weird.
If you put on +1 armor, your toughness goes up by 1 and your armor goes up by 1. However, 1 point of armor piercing will negate your armor.
Right, okay, so it's...
So yeah, you should be able to click on the door. Is it not letting you open it? There we go. I found this map in a hurry earlier when I realised actually the map I was trying to use was just too fiddly, so it doesn't have any pretty insides, but it's fine. This does appear to be a relatively empty area. It looks, however, there does appear to be bloodstains. Oh, please tell me, did someone just open the airlock?
Well, we're in vac suits, right?
You are indeed.
And there's
I forgot
here.
I forgot to close that one. There was, yeah. I forgot to lock that one because it's an airlock. I don't want you accidentally. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I see. So this is an airlock too, where we have to cycle the air through.
Oh, okay. So that's not what it does. It's increased.
That's an external. That is an external door. Yes. Actually, you know what? In hindsight, I'm going to retcon that. Give me a second.
I'm confused. So does that mean we landed the ship through an airlock?
You came through an airlock. I'm going to retcon that into a window, I think.
Okay. Does it? How long is it? Can we all fit in the airlock at once?
Oh no, you're inside the. You've come through. There wasn't an.
This entire cylinder is an airlock. So we just need to close those other doors and cycle the pressure up.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just wondering because I was worried about how long it might take to, if we need to make a hasty escape, how long it might take.
Yeah. Exactly. But anyway, I've made a window so you can see outside.
Okay.
I should do the same with this one over here, actually. So let's do that now.
We need to bring Deckard into the fold.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
They left Daniel on the ship.
It's just easiest thing
if
to do.
Daniel's on the ship, he is behind a locked door. Very locked door.
He's more than happy to come with you if you want to take him. If you want him here with you, by the way.
Well, Morgana's in the engine room. That's where she's staying, especially if Daniel's on the ship. He's not coming in and mucking up her engine room.
Why don't we take Daniel with us so Morgana can join us? Because that's not as much fun. People get left behind.
Well, yeah, no, I must admit, I didn't realise Morgana wasn't with you. Did I not put her on the map?
Oh, no, I was in the engine room. I have been in the engine room.
Yeah, but we've landed, so I'll put you on the map. If you want to. I'll put you and Daniel on the map. There we go. Daniel's looking subdued.
To muck up the med bay.
I'll put Daniel on the map.
Gosh.
Well, we'll bring Daniel with us. If he does anything, I'll just knock him on the head with an axe.
Talk about
blade.
It's easier to explain friendly fire if he's with us.
You might be all right now. You might have calmed down since he hasn't got that gun. Roger, we've got to keep an eye out for now.
Yep. I should have made all these bloody windows, that's for sure. That's the easiest thing to do with that is actually just the easiest thing to do is just open the doors and pretend they're windows, isn't it? That's all that's the easiest thing to do there. So I can't spend that much time making it look like windows. There we go. Is it okay? You get Daniel's in, you get Morgana in, close that door. You're able to open that door. Okay, this room here appears to sort of be some sort of communal meeting area or something with benches running around the edge of the room there, and beyond that door there that Roger just opened, it seems to be some sort of science lab area. Well, just connectors. There seem to be lots of panels, everything. The whole area, this whole place, it should be pointed out, is causing nausea for Linda, as there is no gravity drives on this station.
Oh,
no, sorry, it's micro. It's there is very low. Actually, there is very low gravity. Think about it, because otherwise, the whole idea of the moon base doesn't work. So we'll say this rock's big. This rock's spinning enough just to make Linda not feel good, but it isn't actual 0G. It's very low gravity, is what I'll say instead. That's the easiest way to deal with that one, I think.
Okay.
There appears because so instead of a body floating with the doors open, there's a body. There is basically there is a body lying pretty much where Hibbity is standing right now.
Look, guys, I found a body. Yeah. Don't use the arrow keys to move when we're on a hexagonal grid. Use the mouse to drag your character around, because it goes all over the bloody place.
Yeah, I'm going back to grid. Yes. Freeze. Yeah. Especially when Linda gets stuck on a door like she has there. So.
Yeah, that's what mouse was invented for.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about the grid size. Did I? Yes, no, I did set it to the right group. Did I set it? Oh, it's because I made it hexes. I'm not a fan. I'm not convinced hexes work any better than squares, you know.
They look better. The AoE stuff. And reach.
I know, but I wish you could really just turn them off. I wish you didn't need either and could just use distance. You know what I mean? Distance.
Can Linda tell anything from the body about how it died or what's been going on? Is there any indication?
Well, the body doesn't appear to show any signs of decomposition or anything, which makes you think you're in a very sterile atmosphere. It appears to have died due to the multiple gunshot wounds to the torso.
Oh, okay.
However, something about it looks off, but you'll probably need the doc or someone. You'll probably need the doc to be able to give you a more.
Is there any chance that a science roll can help, or
certainly
can a science?
I mean, notice checks is all you really need, but the doc might be able to do some very clever stuff. How
come? D8-6. Huh.
Sorry, I'm just realising. I didn't realise I'd still unlock the token movement. Sorry. It makes my life easier if you could just actually do it yourselves, doesn't it? Okay. Basically, yeah. As he, from what you could make out, is this guy. Something about him just seems off. It takes you a while to notice, but it seems his limbs seem to be a bit elongated, and he appears to. I say he appears to. His limbs seem elongated. His fingers seem elongated. His incisors seem larger than normal. His eyes appear to be slightly different than you'd expect. I can't.
Okay, is this from external
sure.
trauma, or has somebody been messing with his genetics, or what?
Well, this
the
is
doctor's
from
had an incredible role, so he probably got
exactly.
more information.
As far as you can tell, he seems to have his body. From what you can tell of it, I can't think of the correct medical terminology to use because I'm not a doctor and all that, and obviously it's science fiction and all that fun and games anyway. But from a story perspective, he seems to have evolved. He seems to have evolved to something that's sort of slightly different than the normal human genome. He seems to, and as far as you can tell, he seems to be faster, stronger, but also judging by the sort of chemical. The adrenalines and chemicals in the body, you get the distinct impression that whatever the changes also appear to have made it more ferocious, and feral.
So is it congenital, or did he die from something different?
Well, you suspect he died from the gunshot wounds.
Okay. Right.
Remember what the distress signal said, that the workers were attacking each other, so maybe they've all been infected and they become highly aggressive but superhuman.
Disgusting breeding people to be.
So somebody has a gun who survived, and now we have to find the survivors.
Yeah, and saving it for later. And I'll explain to the group what I think. Somebody altered his genome. Can I tell that? Was he a once upon a time human, or was he and then converted this way through some sort of CRISPR genetic alteration, or was he born this way through?
It looks like some sort. It looks like some sort of something's happened to trigger latent. I can't think of something. I'd had the word and it went. You can see there's
gene manipulation.
Yeah, but there's not so much like it's almost like something's triggered evolution, as it were. There's sort of dead ends in the human genome where evolution chose to go different ways and stuff
it's
like that.
Chunk DNA.
It looks like something's triggered some of that, is what and for some reason.
Odd. So I mean, this makes no sense in the real world, but from a science, from a space science kind of science fiction science kind of deal, it's like somebody somehow uses an external manipulation of their genes to cause them to regress or express certain new traits.
The other thing to bear in mind is, of course, is from a Deadlands point of view. By this point, people on Banshee do sort of know in some ways that the supernatural does exist. So it doesn't necessarily, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean necessarily.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't have to have a 100% sciencey explanation.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, people don't necessarily know how to explain it, but it is sort of kind of accepted in that things happen. People have noticed. That is, sorry, Jiminy, that's an airlock. Himiny, that's an airlock.
Ah.
Well, when I say an airlock, when I say it's an airlock, it isn't. What it is these are built, compartmentalized. What it is that isn't that is where it is technically. It's
a pressure door, basically.
Yeah, that's a window. I just got rid of the doors because I couldn't be asked to put the windows in.
I see. Well, I'm going across to that building.
Well, that's the only problem. Yeah, the only problem with that is, as Jinx has just found out, somebody's cycling the airlock at the moment.
Oh, in that building over there. Okay.
No, as in that that door suddenly shut behind you, and you can see the air pressure is changing as if somebody's you know what I mean, balancing the pressure.
Somebody's trying to get in from outside. So the
okay. Well, I'm going to stand here ready for them then. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're all in spacesuits. We can just open one of these other doors. Since there's no living persons in here, that would give us a little bit of an advantage against whomever it is.
Yeah, well, me just standing by the door gives me an advantage because they can't come in.
Okay. At that point, then, I shall close that door and lock it. And well, actually, time has caught us up, so we will leave this as the cliffhanger. But the door opens, and you come face to face with 4 more creatures that seem to bear surprising resemblance to the individual lying on the floor. They all sort of look at the fresh meat in front of them and prepare to attack.
Prepare to die. Yeah.
And that's where we shall leave it.
So, quick question.
Time. Yes.
How do our backpacks work with our spacesuits? Do we just kind of have to leave our spacesuits behind, our backpacks behind, if we're in a spacesuit?
No, you put it on afterwards.
Yes, but I suppose that's a very good question.
We've got special spacesuit backpacks.
Well, you'd have to because of the spacesuit, you're going to have the breathing apparatus that you're carrying around, aren't you, as well? So
yeah, but
maybe
we're in the far distant future. The breathing apparatus is tiny, doesn't take up any space.
It recycles the air that you breathe out, and it's built into your space helmet, and therefore, when I damage your helmet, I can suffocate you. I'm fine with that.
You're always trying to suffocate us. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah,
did we get
used to it?
The rebreather from the previous?
We still
asteroid?
Got them. Okay. Keep everything you collect. Yeah. I'm just going to stand by this door and kill them as they come
on a logical
forward.
sense, that's a very good question.
I was trying to shuffle around my inventory because I'm weighed quite the fart down with that.
I think I completely understand from a sort of logical sense. I have absolutely no idea how that would actually work. But at the same time, from a story sense, does it really matter? You know what I mean. I mean, if we're it's Deadlands, we're dealing with space zombies. I don't think we really need to worry. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna. If it was,
I know that Linda just latches her backpack on the front of her spacesuit so that she always has access to stuff.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
like a fanny pack,
like a belly pack.
Yeah.
Now,
what do you call them?
If we were doing Weird War 2, or what was the space one called? Where you were definitely not Space Marines fighting the undead.
Starship Troopers. I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Necropolis.
Serenity.
2350 AD, wasn't it? Necropolis 2350 AD, or Weird Wars 2, where basically wearing armor is very good because it slows you down. Yeah, hopefully think of the timeline, the spacesuit equipment is as big as what you used to date. Yeah, exactly. I think from a story perspective, I'm not going to worry too much about it in the fact that, logically, but if it was a case that needing, where basically you've got to choose between wearing good heavy armor and then dealing with the encumbrance of it, like Weird Wars or one of those type games, that's not this type of game. This is sort of meant to be. This is meant to be more sort of not so much out there as Flash Gordon, but it's meant to be a space western. So you're meant to be. It's about having fun and telling the story than worrying too much about the rules, I will say. But anyway, so we shall leave it there with those 4 creatures and
4 dead ravagers standing at the door.
Hey, are we in combat yet?
Not yet.
Well, can I play cards and will they stay in effect for next session?
Well, it depends if they're combat cards or not.
If they're combat cards.
Well, because we're not in combat yet, so you can play them now. Then the account hasn't started yet, if that makes sense. You can certainly play that one right now, and everyone can regain some power points if they need to. But obviously, at the same time, you took 4 days to get here, so you probably technically everyone's already regenerated their power points. But yeah. Why? What card did you want to play?
Well, all of them look somewhat useful. So your hero and allies gain parry. Your hero causes +2 damage, and play to double the damage. Well, that one I can't use because it requires an attack.
So I would say, unfortunately, you'll have to hope you get them next week. Well, week after.
Okay. I'm sure I'll get good cards. I just didn't want to waste them.
Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I've got to press on. But hope you enjoyed that, guys. Thank you very much as always.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
See you soon. Bye now.
Hey, will you leave it open for a little bit? I'm screwing around with my inventory.
Certainly will. No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.